Tell you what, let's pick up the whiteboards. Let's do a prediction here. Do we think, write on your whiteboards, yes or no, whether Erik ten Hag will still be Man United coach next year?
Do we think or do we want him to be? Do we think?
What do you think? It's a prediction. Will Erik ten Hag still be the Manchester United coach at the start of next season? United obviously struggling this season. Still in an FA Cup semi-final against Coventry at Wembley. And we've seen United...
I think Inos could care less, though, right?
I think that makes a difference. I really think that makes a difference. United winning the FA Cup, I think, could be a big moment for Erik ten Hag.
We did this to Louis van Gaal.
Yeah.
Louis van Gaal's army!
Louis van Gaal won the FA Cup and got sacked on the same day. So I personally think... Well,
Wait, I've not written.
Okay, you right. Joe, what I love is that you ask Cam what he thinks of the lineup. The problem is there's just, because of all your injuries, there's actually not many options at all. So you can't even have a massive opinion on the lineup because you're having to go with certain players because you have absolutely no one else in that position.
Why do we need whiteboards for this?
Yeah, true. All right, let's have a reveal. Welcome back to the stream, by the way, if you're joining us again. Yeah. No, yes. You're the United fan, Cam.
Yeah.
No, so you don't think he's going to be here next year?
No, I don't think he's going to be our manager next year. No, I think when new owners come in, they often want to bring in their own guy. And when I look at Man United, like we've brought in not only new owners, we've brought in new CEO, we're bringing in a new DOF, we're bringing in a new technical director, scouts, recruitment team. There's literally a whole board level cleanup that it'll just surprise me that you clean up every single facet of the board, but then just leave the manager.
Well, then
it doesn't sound realistic to me, and especially 17 losses this season. Man United, I still think we got more losses in us this year. Haven't got a style of play.
That's a team talk.
Do you know what I mean?
We got more losses than us.
No, but honestly, like there's no style of play. There's not much going on at Man United that you can really be positive about. So I think it's a pretty easy decision for Ineos. But
no, please, I get what you're saying. I feel like you can obviously stack up all these negatives.
What's the positives?
So the reason I said yes was because I look at the market for managers, and I'm saying this as a Liverpool fan who's looking around the market for managers, and I'm thinking, okay, Alonso's off the market. Not that I don't think he would have been. Obviously, would have been on your radar, but whether he would have gone to United,
no chance, 0% chance.
Just because as a young manager, he can go wherever he wants,
and he's got Liverpool history.
And Real Madrid, definitely.
But what managers? If there was every manager's like clean pool. I mean, obviously, it's Pep, Klopp, Arteta. They're obviously in jobs, but they're in long, stable jobs. So if you think about it,
no, but then who's in the market?
This is always going to be the market, though. The market is always going to be like,
that's not true. Sometimes there are obvious choices, like Alonso was for Liverpool at one point. And I feel like when Klopp popped up mid-season and there was the opportunity for Liverpool, it was like it just made perfect sense in that moment. And Liverpool were riding it with Rodgers at that point. It wasn't great; they were kind of dropping. I feel like it's going to be similar for you guys, where you'll instead of getting an interim and sacking him, what's the point in doing that?
But the point is be satisfied with where we are.
But he also makes an interim. He's basically an interim manager by proxy because of what you've just described. Yeah. And when you do find that other candidate, at least the other candidate's going to know the team are relatively fit. They're not in a terrible position, but they're not in an awesome position. I feel like he's basically a proxy.
I know what you mean.
Yeah.
There's a lot of question marks either way, isn't there?
I think he needs another season because you made some good points earlier about how many injuries they have had throughout the season, and I think he potentially overachieved last season. And so, I mean, don't get me wrong.
Cams, don't put that face.
No,
Come on.
But he did.
You don't think third last season and winning a cup was an overachiever?
That's probably our ceiling, But you've got to take into account, like Liverpool took a season off. You know what I mean? Liverpool took a season off. They weren't good. Spurs took a season off.
Chelsea.
Yeah, I'm saying Chelsea now.
Chelsea.
I mean,
they got put on sabbatical.
Yeah, Chelsea. But Liverpool took a year off. Tottenham took a year off. You know what I mean? So in the grand scheme of it, after March, after we won the Carabao, it fell down. We haven't been good for over a year.
I think post the Lisandro Martinez injury. Basically after Lisandro Martinez injury, it was a major collapse for Manchester United, and I agree. But when we say like the managerial market is pretty short-lived, like I do think there are fairly few options out there. And do you not think that with the right structure behind him, with a bit more backing, like not necessarily backing because he spent an awful lot of money, Erik ten Hag, hasn't he? He's bought in a lot of his own players.
Recruitment's going to get taken off.
Recruitment has to be sorted out.
Yeah,
but is that what he signed up for though? Do you know what I mean? Like,
does that matter at this point?
No, but at this point,
that's what he was at his best at Ajax, though, wasn't it? When he was working with
Overmars and
close. But there was like a lot of talk that when he came in, that he made it a thing that he gets full control and the signings and stuff.
Surely that was because there was no structure.
That could be the case. Yeah, that could be true. But you signed contracts with different people. Do you know what I mean? And now, a new people come in and have a new regime that just tell you, hey, listen, you stay, you just do that. We're going to do this. It might clash.
His biggest strength is coaching, though, and I mean, at least that seems. Is it from the outside? That seems what's.
I can't see it. No, that's what
So let me tell you this, right? I was thinking about other times where Liverpool could have met Erik ten Hag during his career, and the other one was obviously in the Champions League final, the year that they went out to Spurs. Obviously, not great for you guys, but also great for us. I
threw that game away.
They really did. But I did think like Erik ten Hag has a coaching strength in terms of working out opposition. He's very good at cancelling other people out. Obviously, you've seen that against Liverpool. We kind of saw that against City in the first half. If United actually had a decent team that was fit and ready to go, I think he would have done more against them. He's clearly a smart manager that can manage and coach.
Do you think that's slightly bizarre, though, that he hasn't been able to implement, or I don't even know if he's been able to, or chosen to implement that style of play we saw at Ajax on Manchester United? In fact, in interviews, he said, hasn't he, that that's not the style of play I wanted to implement, or at least some form of that. It doesn't have to be that exact style.
Why are we judging him on it?
No, but I think he's tried to adapt to the United culture, the United way. I mean, he mentioned that he's trying to do between two styles. Do you know what I mean? I just think he needs to stick to what his style is. Also, yes, look, this isn't to separate. I'm not saying it's all the manager. The player quality at the club is so low. We are a really bad team, in my opinion, as individuals, personnel. So that's the case. But I just don't think he's been brave enough in his job so far. I don't think he's been brave enough in certain
because
decisions.
some of the players have been either at previous clubs or at periods in their careers seriously elite level players.
Yeah, I agree.
Ooh, elite?
Come on. No, bro, come on.
I mean, Casemiro and Varane, but they're old now. They're getting on.
Onana
came in as a Champions League finalist.
Lisandro Martinez was very. I mean, I know everyone highlights his height.
Bruno Fernandes.
Apart from that, Dalot is clearly a great. I mean, I remember Saka. I know there were question marks over him, but he spent a huge amount on him. And then obviously Mason Mount with Chelsea, he was one of the standout players, if not the standout player for them. Højlund, I think you can go 50-50 on. Rashford was clearly elite at another level when he was there.
I think there's a lot of players here that have been here under the previous manager as well, and it's gone wrong. You know what I mean? We failed under Oli, and we're failing at the moment. And I think sometimes that could just be a burden. That can be a burden on you. We're talking about Kai Havertz moving on and going on and playing well. He might have had the burden of Chelsea after a while. The fans were on his back. The fans are on our players' back. Sometimes you're just going to have to make brave decisions and say, listen, this person, they have to go. I don't think
he was brave. I think he was brave.
With who?
I think he was brave, and then he was hamstrung because he was brave enough. We know that they didn't want McTominay and Maguire there at the club at the summer. And, obviously they've stayed, and I think they've made the best of a bad situation. But it was very clear from the outside that Manchester United were trying to hoik those players around wherever they could. I actually think Harry Maguire would have done well at West Ham, and I think
McTominay great. Yeah.
If anything, it enhances what Moyes was trying to do. Yeah. But obviously, he's not willing to take that sidestep. But I think the point with that was, if you have those presences in your dressing room after that, when they clearly know they're not wanted, when already there were personnel issues with meshing of personalities.
Both of them key players for United this season.
But that's my point. Is they've been and that's the problem.
Got McTominay scoring all the goals.
Imagine you highlight those two players as players you want to leave, and then they end up becoming your key players. It's clearly not reflection of what you're trying to achieve.
What do you think, Nick? Because obviously Arsenal have gone for a similar sort of turbulent area, haven't they? When Aubameyang was there, when Ozil was there, when Lacazette was there was a lot of question marks over that squad.
And he was brave. Arteta was brave.
Yeah, but it's so hard because the problem is you get rid of a Ten Hag. Okay, cool. Who do you bring in instead? And like you're saying, there aren't many options right now. And then isn't it still the same situation? It's a bit of a mess. A lot of players that aren't really good enough. Obviously, there is still a lot of quality in the team, but for whatever reason,
no,
but there are a lot of the individual players. But I'm not saying they are outstanding.
Yeah.
They're not necessarily your De Bruyne's, your Haalands, whatever, right? But there is enough talent in the United squad. Individual players
to not be having 85 touches in your box.
Yeah, like things are really bad when you look at your individual players and what they could be doing, but for whatever reason it's all just not working. But it's quite easy to, and we know what football's like with managers. Just we love to get rid of them so quickly, but then the next option isn't always the best thing. And what is that person going to come into? It's still the same situation. I reckon you give him one more season. Hopefully, a lot of the injured players get some of your players out. The Deadwood out. Bring some new. I don't know.
If you can name one person that you would get him,
if we do get rid, or if we do stick with the manager, then Ineos have to be very aggressive in the market in terms of
they will be
sales.
Yeah.
I'm talking about sales though. We have to get rid of a lot of personnel.
Like not being a good selling club.
Bring in 3 or 4 players, sell 2, 3, and then we're gonna have the exact same season. It'll have to literally be a very aggressive one. Maybe not to the extent of Chelsea, because I feel like Chelsea are now scared everyone to do like a 1-season overhaul. But it has to be aggressive. It really does.
You need to do what Chelsea did either.
No, I don't. No, that's too much.
Whilst you're saying there's a lack of talent, I still feel like there's a lot of young talent at the club.
Yeah, I agree.
There's still like Erik ten Hag's essentially in a holding pattern above the airport right now, ready to land. You still have a good enough team that you can hold. I remember when Klopp came in at Liverpool, and obviously every fan's going to make about their own club. He improved the quality of that squad, the same squad that Brendan Rodgers had within a season. That was down to coaching.
Ten Hag hasn't done that.
But Ten Hag did do that in the short term, and then in the long term was hamstrung. I just want to hear one other manager that you would actually like to see.
Who would you see last season? I don't think he did.
Okay,
I don't think he improved any players last season.
I mean, he definitely did. You finished 3rd in the league.
No, but what he did last season is he catered to our current squad. We played a low block. If you look at the stats, we're one of the lowest blocks in the Premier League, and we played a counter-attacking way. And by the way, Rashford was on otherworldly form, and we hit that. And now this season, he's tried to go a little bit more towards his style, a little bit more, and it's completely capitulated. So last season, he just adapted to what the players are. But now that he's tried to come in, add certain things to our team, we've gone the other way. So did he really improve our players, or did he just give a decent structure which aids their qualities? And we went and had a decent season last year. I think it's a little bit boosted. We weren't amazing.
Point. Either way,
this year he's tried to. We're playing like a 6-0-4.
I think either way, you're still. That's a fairly neutral answer. I think it basically shows that the jury is still kind of out on Ten Hag, and so it's basically whether you think it's worth rolling the dice or not.
I think
I'm still yet to hear what you're trying to roll.
I think this next 8 games of the season.
Out there.
Name one.
You guys don't think Nagelsmann's a good manager. You guys don't
think
you guys don't think Simone Inzaghi at Inter.
Bro,
top managers right here.
You're telling me that Simeone Inzaghi suits Manchester United style?
Yeah, why not?
The one thing I'll say,
how defensive he is. Would you play that at Old Trafford?
The one thing I'll say is, I think there are fairly good options out there. Inzaghi maybe, Nagelsmann maybe.
Inzaghi, I think so.
But Amorim maybe. But United are then entering a pool to compete with managers with Bayern Munich, with Barcelona, with Liverpool.
We're Man United.
I know, but United are one of the least of those options. United are the least attractive option to go to.
Only because they don't know what's going to arrive to, right?
Yeah, Liverpool have got a very settled squad. Barcelona got a better squad than United. Bayern Munich, better squad than United. I think that United are competing with
Liverpool
big dogs.
Yeah, but that's
and you guys were literally who's in your squad?
Who's the young silver bullet, bro? Who's the young top of the market who gone in there and won the Bundesliga?
Inzaghi. He's going to win a Serie A. We've got to Champions League.
He is an amazing coach.
Okay, so you've been brave. Okay, now let's evaluate what your bravery's gotten you. It's gotten you a manager that I think could be real quality, but I just think he needs to play. I'm wondering what happens in the Premier League week in, week out with Inzaghi, and whether you guys in time go, is this really the style we want to play? He's going to have to adapt in our league. He's going to have to adapt overall. I'm not saying he's a bad choice, because I'd love to.
Yeah, we love Inzaghi. He's a fantastic.
I'm just surprised. I'll be surprised if Sir Jim, as a Man United fan that he says he is, he's a Man United fan. He can sit back and watch what's going on and just think.
We've just seen him enter in the stadium actually, and you can see him as well, can't you? Now plus,
like a billionaire.
Now pass. In the description, and there's a pinned comment.
Do you see him at the Chelsea game?
Yeah, didn't look too happy.
Good though. That's what you want from an owner. I like an expressive owner that's like.
No, I kind of agree though, because he has spoken very openly in his interviews, hasn't he, about style of play, about watching Manchester United evolve. And I think there's a few things you can be at Man United. You can lose games, but you cannot be boring. Like you absolutely cannot be boring. And I do think that at times this season it's been a tough watch.
Can I talk about one of those interviews? I know in that interview he said, we need Champions League football. I think that was the biggest tell. I think if you miss out on Champions League football, I think
there's a real world issue here that United could finish 8th or 9th.
No,
seriously, Chelsea could go 2 points behind United. They win their game in hand. Yeah. There's genuine. I think Chelsea can catch United. If United lose today, if United lose badly today, I think the season could unravel really, really badly.
Yeah. I don't think you're going to lose.
Guys, we have -1 goal difference.
Yeah, you're bad. We're all acknowledging that you're bad.
No, I don't think it's processed enough. We have, even though I'm as I said, it's 50-50 for me with the players and the manager, but for the squad, there's no way we should have -1 goal difference. This is down to coaching. That is down to coaching. We are so. You look at Man United, Joe. Sometimes you genuinely think we're the worst coach team in the league. Come on, be honest. I look at Man United and I'm like, are we the worst coach team in the league?
You've also got to. I'm not trying to give you an excuse,
that is a.
Don't you sometimes look at
coach team in the league, bro?
Look, when Carragher as well, Sky Sports own, you know what I mean, Jamie Carragher, when he called out Erik ten Hag and literally showed everybody what all Man United fans have been speaking about all year.
The holes, yeah.
And then he went and went back at Jamie Carragher, basically saying that he doesn't know what he's talking about, blah, blah, blah. It's facts. Our midfield is completely vacant. It's one out ball. I was at the Brentford game. It's one out ball from the keepers or the defenders into the midfield, and then all of a sudden you're running at our defence. It's unbelievable. That's why we're conceding so much. That's why it's so easy to play against us. We're surprised that we're seeing 30 shots per game or whatever it is. Because it's you're walking into our defence.
Conceded the most shots of any team in Europe's top 5 leagues in 2024, which is a crazy statistic.
Playing possum.
This is
playing possum.
That is a crazy.
Man United
sucking them in.
There's got to be something in that he is willing to allow shots on goal.
You'd think there's got to be some sort of tactical decision.
I think,
I mean, he did say
Anana. Practice.
Yeah, I think he did say, like, if you look at the XG of their shots,
they're very low. Yeah,
it is
low.
XG per shot. Liverpool's XG, despite having 35 shots on target at Anfield, was it?
Yeah, the average XG per shot is extremely low.
Exactly.
But the volume of shots eventually comes back to bite you.
Yeah.
Because there's touches in the box. It's the same as Brentford. Like, eventually, the amount of touches in the box, or Chelsea, yes, they might not get the shots, but the pressure builds and it leads to people making mistakes. Like we saw
goals. We've conceded a few
with
deflected goals.
Or penalties being given away. Like, when you've got that much pressure building against you, people make silly errors. Anthony dives in, Dalot dives in to give away penalties, and then the XG suddenly climbs off a single shot to 0.8, 0.9. Like, I think that, for me, is like one of the biggest issues. Is yes, we can concede a lot of shots, but the volume of pressure that is put on the back line and the keeper per game is obscene.
So what
I would say,
I would keep Erik ten Hag.
But the players have to go.
But there's got to be crazy turnover. And I do think that the next 8 games might even change my mind. I think that FA Cup semi-final, if United lose an FA Cup semi-final against Coventry and finish 8th or something, then it's all hell breaking loose.
I feel like, obviously, as I keep mentioning, the personnel thing is important because Arteta was allowed to basically turn over the whole squad. You know what I mean? Obviously keep certain players sacked, the good young players and stuff. Spent money.
Ten Hag spent a lot of money.
Klopp flipped it, but the problem is, this is what I'm saying, the problem is we're already 2 seasons in with Ten Hag and we're saying, all right, now we'll take the recruitment away from him. But are we just going to ignore the 400 and something million that he spent and now we're not going to be possibly able to move on them players? How's Anthony going to go? He's not going to be able to go, is he? How's Anthony? Casemiro, we're going to have to try and get him off to Saudi. Do you know what I mean? That this type of stuff, Klopp came in and nearly every early Klopp signing and pretty much his whole tenure was a hit. Arteta, okay, there was
Michael Edwards.
There was the odd Willian was a little bit.
Signed well, though,
but Arteta, genuinely, his signings were hits.
That was
we're nearly all misses. We're nearly all misses.
That was Michael Edwards at Liverpool. I feel like now you've got, this is what I'm saying, is now you've got Inos, now you've got someone who's given you an overall structure at the club. Something you lacked for, it's now over a decade.
For sure.
There is a very different signing methodology. And I think Ineos have shown they made a lot of mistakes at Nice. Early on, they had the wrong people doing the recruitment. And I think they suddenly became very aware of that, changed it up. And now look at Nice. Nice is one of those teams that you want to go and pick off because Manchester United won't be that. You've now just got that same knowledge and infrastructure, but at a club where players go, well, there is nowhere else to go. I'm at Manchester United now. So think about that in terms of the way that you'll be giving him basically that same ammo. You could be giving him, the young Thuram's and those kind of people.
But
that's exciting to me.
This is where Ineos are going to have to make a massive decision, though, because what happens if you mentioned Bayern, Barcelona, all these teams are potentially looking for a manager? What happens if they all their managers go to all these clubs, United by December, we're just 6th again. All of a sudden, what are we going to do? Interim. Ollie's back.
It doesn't really matter, I think. I think it's a long-term commitment. Bear in mind, Ineos have bought into the club. But I think the great thing for you guys is Ineos have bought into the club and they've obviously got a long-term financial idea of where they're going to take it, right? They're not backing out at this point. There's no way back, really. Sure. You're in like a relationship with the other owners. We won't say their names. But but the point is that that's a long-term structure. It's not going to be fixed in, 6 months they're probably going to have from the summer.
It will take time.
You guys have got ages now. And as a fan base, that genuinely means you have to change your mentality when you're going into it. You have to look at that and go, whatever this team do now, we're just going to be here to enjoy it and enjoy the ride and the support. And that kind of gives someone like Ten Hag or whoever the new manager is, maybe 2 and a bit seasons.
If the players go, then I'm all in.
I agree.
Any part of you two think that you could win today
Maybe
at all?
You think?
I think
baby
think United can cause Liverpool some problems.
I
today.
agree.
I think that, having watched a little bit of Liverpool against Sheffield United, I think that Liverpool are still slightly vulnerable on the break. I look at that right-hand side of Liverpool's defence, and they have had outstanding seasons. Quansah and Conor Bradley breaking through as these sort of next stars of Liverpool, but I think that Marcus Rashford can cause them problems if he's at his best today. I think Højlund's physicality can cause some problems. We saw United, especially in the first 30 minutes of United versus Liverpool in the FA Cup, go out there and almost be the better team. Yeah. I don't think it's impossible that United... obviously, they then capitulate as United do, but
we won in the end.
But there are periods where United can cause teams problems. We've seen it against City away, even though we then collapsed. Something can just happen at United. It's so bizarre, but it can just happen.
Klopp only has one win against Ten Hag, and that was just the 7-0. But
just
the
7-0.
Yeah. This is what I'm saying. I was looking at the history between Liverpool and Ten Hag, and Klopp and Ten Hag, and obviously didn't play him in that Champions League final. And I'm really glad we avoided him, because he's a really smart manager in setting up this way. And he knows one thing. Liverpool have to win today. It's not about going to Old Trafford for a draw. They have to win.
Yeah, let's talk about Liverpool, shall we? Because we've spent the last 20 or so minutes talking about Man United.
A little therapy session.
We're like 20 minutes away from kickoff as well, so make sure you get your now
pass
right now. The link is in the description. What do we think about Liverpool today? Happy with the lineup, Loz, as a Liverpool fan?
I think it's the strongest lineup that we can field, based on Konaté's injury. Trent's not going to be coming back for a little while. I think the front six, relatively, yes. Start of the season, I think if you looked at it and gone, Endo starting, people are upset about it.
So good.
But he's actually been a revelation in the league. And obviously, everyone underestimated because of where he's come from. He's changed the way we play.
Yeah. And obviously, McAllister.
Wow.
Maybe signing the season.
Signing. Yeah, he's absolutely fantastic, isn't he? And he's settled in so well. And that's the thing. We all knew what a talented player he was, but also, of course, you're coming into an incredible squad. Anyway, a brilliant manager, but his
movement, the way he reads the game.
Yeah.
I think he has been. He's been one of our players of the season.
Yeah.
If he hadn't have originally started in the 6 when Endo wasn't there, I think he might have even gotten into this even quicker. But now, obviously, this is his preferred position. I'll be really interested to see how United deal with him.
He's going to be a problem today. He's going to be a problem today, McAllister.
Yeah, he's
definitely.
Amazing.
I think that's one thing that Klopp does well as well, and Arteta. They both really are not afraid to sign Premier League players, and Premier League players hit the ground running quickly. They've been in the league already, and you just said how quickly McAllister got into it. Why shouldn't he? He's used to this country. Do you know what I mean? So Havertz that we were talking about and stuff like
Rice,
Diogo
Jota a few years ago.
You can say so many. There's so many names. Robertson as well, and Van Dijk. There's so many players that in the Premier League that if you pick off, they are going to come into your team and make an instant impact. And we're seeing it right now with McAllister. I think he is ridiculous. Honestly, I think he's
been signing the season.
Maybe not
there as well.
I think Rice takes it.
I think there's Rice. Cole Palmer has been. I know it's hard because Chelsea are 11th, 12th, but wow, his impact has been.
Up there,
I just think that the fact is you can see what Rice has done at Arsenal, and it's had such a tell. And the same for McAllister.
All their stats, defensively, it's gone next level.
Whereas Cole Palmer, I think he'll get his moment. I think Rice is having his moment, and I think McAllister is kind of fringe on that. Also because he's had to play a couple of different positions, it's not the same as Rice. Rice is just
bargain season though.
Absolutely.
McAllister, was he 35 mil?
35. I think there were some add-ons, but we're basically looking at 40 million.
That
for a World Cup.
How did that happen?
Yeah.
That needs to be insight.
I think there was a clause.
I need to see the paper.
There needs to be something needs to be looked into.
There was a clause. There was definitely a clause.
Klopp was also a big part of that signing, though. Bear that in mind.
Yeah.
So, once the player says, I want to go there, that makes a massive difference. And I guess that's kind of a concern in the future. We don't know who at Liverpool right now is saying, okay, when Klopp leaves, am I still the same player here? Am I still going to be as comfortable as I am? We're going to see how that plays out and how Liverpool manage that. But obviously this season, it's amazing.
Yeah.
And it's really helped.
Like that. I think there's a few players that are outside the top 6 that are kind of so blatantly ready to go to a top team. I look at Paqueta at West Ham.
He'll go to City at the end of the season, I guarantee.
Jared Bowen, I think.
Jared Bowen.
Where would Bowen go?
There's guys that are just waiting to be taken.
Would you take Jared Bowen at United?
Where would Bowen go?
Would Bowen be one of your first sort of, hey, we've looked at the market?
He'd be an amazing signing for someone, though. I think there are lots of options like Jared Bowen as well.
Where's he go?
He can play up front as well. He's been killing it.
Play on the right, play up front,
I like John McGinn.
Liverpool, maybe? I think I heard Bowen linked
like a Villa. I think he's like a Villa through now.
No, but you get what I mean. He's like a really great player there.
I've heard Bowen linked with Villa in the past.
I would actually I wouldn't mind that.
With Liverpool in the past.
I don't mind that.
Yeah. Because
I don't mind
Salah potential.
If Salah
they kind of see him as like a baby Salah. That's how they see it.
Is Salah going at the end of the season?
It's hard to say because we don't know what Michael Edwards' plan is, and we've not seen who the new manager that's coming in is. Yeah. I think if a new manager came in and he had a completely different structure, and it maybe it was Xabi Alonso, it isn't anymore. But if just as an example,
you wish.
No, but yeah, just if it was, because that's the easiest one for everyone to imagine. I think you might look at it and go, could we maybe sell him, take the profit and get someone for 40 million that another manager would maybe develop and would be slightly more in that manager's mould? If you can make profit on it, we know FSG, obviously they're decent at managing the club on the field, but of course they want to balance the books. And I think at the same time, Salah, I've spoken to a few people at Liverpool, a few people are saying there's a last dance type vibe.
I would be surprised to see him still at the club next season.
I wouldn't be surprised.
I would be surprised. I think he might. I just see a situation where if a big money offer comes in for Salah from Saudi Arabia, Liverpool see this very clearly as a transition period post-Klopp, don't they? And are you ever going to get an offer like that for how old is he now, 32-ish? I'm just not sure you are. And yes, it will be a massive downgrade wherever and whoever comes in for him. But I just don't ever see an opportunity like that again. And they're going to be fully aware it's going to be a transition period anyway. Yeah. So are you ever going to get a better moment?
By the way, it's not to say that
that's
therefore...
what I thought about Bruno. That's what I was trying to say.
You just want him gone?
Yeah. This would be the best time to cash in.
That's not how I feel about Salah, but...
No, it's a bit different.
Just want him out of the club.
Terrible. Imagine that, though. You've got reasoning for why Salah could go, but then if you would say the same thing for Man United fans with Bruno, be like, oh, absolutely not, he's got to stay. It doesn't make sense to me. Liverpool can sell. Other than Steven Gerrard, this is their greatest Premier League player probably ever. I mean, some might even say he's surpassed Steven Gerrard. I don't know. I'm not going to be the one saying. I'll leave that for you.
I think in terms of maybe in terms of actual achievements. But in terms of what he means to.
And they could, and if they cash in, they would understand it.
But I think that's true. I think Cam's totally right.
How would you feel then about the next season coming up? Are you then expecting that to be, if we're talking about it being a transitional season or year, are you expecting you guys to not do so well then? Depending on who, I suppose, you potentially let go or managerial-wise who comes in.
Do you not think that, I personally think the expectation will always be lower anyway because Klopp is one of the all-time greats. He's basically, depending on how far you can do your Mount Rushmore in the Premier League, I think he's on there. And that's kind of my point. You can't really avoid that as a Liverpool fan. And the fact that we've just lived through this great era does give you a little bit of cash in the bank to go, just give us a bit of time here. Let's not freak out. Let's not empty Anfield. Let's not say this manager needs to go within a couple of weeks. Liverpool fans have been very cognizant of how United have failed, what Arsenal's transition was, how City got to where they were. And a lot of Liverpool fans who go to Anfield week in, week out remember the 90s. Yeah. I remember the 90s. We had a decent side, but it was bleak. We were the banter club of the league at that point. Thanks for taking that. Thanks for taking that at different points.
You're welcome.
Soon come, man.
We were that. No, don't worry.
You're back here.
Don't worry, bro. The suit always remains on for all these clubs, and you guys have just rented a new one, right? Yeah. But that's my point. Everyone remembers these eras for their club, and so. You remember what Sir Alex was like. Yeah. Do you remember what Sir Alex was like?
Absolutely. Yeah. I started watching Sir Alex.
How old are you, honey?
See, the people don't know how old I am, but I started watching Man United in 2001.
2001?
Yes.
Wow. Okay.
So I've been,
They can put TVs in the womb now. Okay, just checking you out. But that's my point. Is we know what went and we know what can come back. And I think there's also with Michael Edwards coming back. I think that's just injected so much confidence into the club. I know he's not going to be directly.
I think the Michael Edwards return is so.
It's massive. Manchester United went for him at one point. They offered him basically a war chest and unlimited resources to get them back to where they needed to be. Chelsea did exactly the same, and he said no to both those clubs for some weird reason. He said yes to Liverpool again.
Well, I think he's been handed the keys to the FSG.
He's a CEO now, isn't it?
It's not just Liverpool.
Yeah, so
he's CEO now.
CEO of
the
football.
Wider footballing.
Director of football. He's everything. Yeah. Which means also he'll get to oversee, but that means then we've got other people who are on the ground for Liverpool day to day.
Yeah.
That's what gives me a bit of confidence here. I think it means a huge amount of transitioning managers in and out is then going, okay, this guy can leave with him, this guy can go with him, and we'll bring this guy and this guy in. And whoever the new manager is.
Who do you think that will be?
The manager?
Yeah.
I think at the moment it looks like Amorim, doesn't it? Yeah. But I feel like we go week in, week out, where another manager, either takes himself out of the ring or puts himself in. Amorim has got that quote. I don't know if it's a real one or not, but where he says, "I don't know."
Yeah, it's real.
It was real. It was real. Where he says, "I can't do what Xabi Alonso's done and guarantee I'm going to stay."
Oh,
so can I ask something?
Doesn't it?
Do you when you look at Liverpool's squad now,
mm-hmm.
do you look at it in Klopp lens, or do you think your side has actually really got a lot of quality in the side, like a really quality side that the next manager can pick up and you guys can fly again? Or do you think it's like, okay, Klopp is boosting some of these players? I think
we can go through position.
Do you know what I'm saying?
We can go through position for position if you want.
I'm not saying it's not that. I'm just genuinely asking.
You're not wrong. I actually think it's a really great question, and not many people are actually acknowledging it. Liverpool have got a great goalkeeper coach right now, and he goes hand in hand with Alisson. But seemingly, he's also passed on a lot of his knowledge to Kelleher. Goalkeepers react a lot to their coach, like week in, week out, making sure you're doing the right drills and those kind of things really matter. And so he'll leave with Klopp.
Yeah, Alisson's
clear. I think Alisson.
But would you want a backup, a better backup?
A better backup than Kelleher.
Kelleher's been unbelievable.
Kelleher's been
stats-wise, has matched and then surpassed a lot what Alisson's done this season. In fact, this game, this will be the game, I think, where he's played more in the Premier League.
That's incredible.
And before, you'd have, if that's Adrian in goal, which, could happen if Kelleher gets injured, but if that's Adrian in goal, I think we look very different as a team.
Yeah.
But anyway, that's two, I think, young quality goalkeepers. Alisson's still relatively young, Kelleher very young. Back line, whether Trent
like 30 in it, so.
Yeah, for a goalkeeper, that's another decade on you.
Yeah,
right?
Yeah.
Well,
no, come on.
That's a young keeper, to be fair.
It's a young goalkeeper. In terms of transitioning into next manager, we're not looking at a dip away for Alisson.
Yeah.
We're actually he's in his peak right now as a goalkeeper.
Yeah.
Backline, Trent or Bradley. I think that's a really strong position. It gives you lots of different tactical adaptability. Quansah, Gomez, Matip will leave.
Do you think there could be an issue though? Like, for example, with like Trent, for example, I think Trent is unbelievable, but
I agree.
Could he go to Madrid?
I think if anything,
Klopp knows how to use Trent, properly. Whereas you look at for like England, he's afraid to use Trent. I
don't know. I've seen Southgate actually.
He's moving into midfield. I mean, only lately he started moving into midfield. But Trent, is the new manager going to come in and say you're a midfielder, you're a right back? Are you going to be utilised the same way he was when it was him and Robertson flying forward? Do you know what I mean? Like, Klopp was put in a kind of defensive right-sided centre mid, so Trent is protected. As these the things that the new manager is going to do. I'm not saying Trent is going to fall off because I think he's
all time. Yeah.
But I mean, these are things that you got to take into consideration.
I completely agree.
There's going to be question marks about Trent's future this summer for me.
He's
got a year left on his contract. It's a massively transitional period. We've spoken about potentially Salah leaving. Klopp is leaving.
He's also coming, by the way, out of a season where he's not played in majority of the games.
Trent is going to have offers from a club, I'm sure, like Real Madrid, who may well have a vacant right-back slot with Carvajal not getting any younger. They haven't yet found that Carvajal successor, have they really, on that right-hand side? They're clearly building the new Galacticos, a sort of dynasty level side with the recruitment of like Tchouaméni, Bellingham, Endrick coming in, Vinicius there,
Mbappe.
Trent. Trent feels like natural Galactico right back.
So my only thing with that is, obviously I've not spoken to Trent directly, but there are a lot of people who quote that Trent seems to want to move into midfield. Yeah. Whether he wants to go to Real Madrid and be there, obviously going to Real Madrid and being their right back is prestigious. There's a lot of great right backs there. But whether he actually wants to take on that tactical role and cement himself as a right back, obviously going to Real Madrid, you go, well, kind of float in.
You are a right back.
Yeah. You are in that system specifically, especially under Ancelotti, you're a right back, right?
Maybe it's, Xabi Alonso potentially. We're talking
not this season though, but next season. I agree.
Xabi Alonso is going to go Madrid.
In the end. But anyway, the point is, right. I think also initially, if you're transitioning into a new manager, you need leaders like Trent. So I feel like initially they won't let him go. It would be bad to see him run his contract down and leave on a free.
Can't let that happen.
But I also think, obviously, there's questions over his knee right now, or just his general health, and he's missed quite a lot of the season.
I'm surprised he's been out this long. I thought he was going to come back pretty quickly. I can't believe he's been gone for so long.
I think a lot of people felt that way. Yeah. Maybe it's uncovered something else, or maybe they just want to make sure he's 100% and back. Obviously, as a Liverpool fan, I want him back. Yeah. Bradley's been a revelation. Either way,
been amazing. Yeah.
Bradley's been.
How old is he?
Remember John Flanagan though.
Yeah,
you never know, man.
No, but Flanagan had personal issues.
Relax. Conor Bradley has been absolutely...
John Flanagan in 13-14 was unbelievable.
Yeah, Conor Bradley has been astounding since he's come into the side.
Liverpool's academy was very different at that point. Liverpool's infrastructure was very different.
I agree.
By the way, again, another thing we probably want to look at. I don't think many of the academy people are leaving, but Klopp had a big impact on that as well. Flanagan obviously also had some personal issues, which I think, a lot of footballers go through those with their personal relations, so I'm not going to criticise that. Centre-backs. I've just listed them off, so no. Left back, maybe there's a potential to improve there. I think Tsimikas is decent, but I think Robertson's probably entering the twilight of his career. Midfield, it's a fairly adaptable midfield. You can't tell me where McAllister's. You can tell me where his strongest position is, but you can't tell me he's weak at the six. Endo, similarly, the kind of player where you go, that guy will do whatever. Soboslai, Jones, Bajcetic, Thiago's off.
But do you think that's like super strong though? That midfield that you just said.
I can't.
That's like
Soboslai, McAllister, Endo.
Nah,
sorry. You think that's?
He's got enough strength.
I think Endo's good, but I think this is what I'm talking about. I think this is a player that Klopp is like getting a lot out of. Like, I don't think he's somebody
what do you think Klopp's done that Endo? Another manager couldn't do with Endo.
He probably would regress under another manager. Maybe Klopp is.
Are we really? Hold on. I think like Endo, he's good. He's come in and plugged in a gap of what Klopp's team needed.
I think that's an under evaluation of what Endo's done. Obviously, there was
hold on, no, he's been good.
Gap when Fabinho left, but Fabinho was leaving gaps when Fabinho was actually on the field. So I feel like that was a real issue for Liverpool. Endo has been.
But Endo could easily come in. Like the new manager can easily come in and be like, Endo's going to be on the bench for them.
So I have no problem with that. But the point is, if Endo is going to be on the bench, then you still have people in behind that who will also come in. Jones is a very good talent at Liverpool.
They're going to recruit aggressively this summer.
Harvey Elliott, by the way, also in that midfield. But by the way, when you were speaking about selling Manchester United players, if Michael Edwards comes in and goes, okay, let's look at these stats, who's going to suit this new manager, and someone doesn't suit that profile, the manager says, I don't want that profile of player. I can't name a player in that midfield that you don't at least get 30 to 40 million.
No, how I feel about it, right, is that I do remember, like, obviously, when Fergie left, not saying it's the same, obviously, it was 26 years, whatever, but, and we had aging players and stuff, we knew that was going to be the case, but we were genuinely looking at Raphael, Smalling, Jones. I mean, it's laughable now.
Am I naming? Have I named anyone who's at the level of Raphael or Smalling? Maybe Jarell Quansah.
Smalling were
they were good players at the time. Like in hindsight, now it's pretty laughable. But Raphael, Smalling,
often did a job.
Jones. There was Tom Cleverley. There was Danny Welbeck. Like we generally looked at it like, oh, we've got a decent future going on, and then all of a sudden they turn into now. 10 years on, we're like. What we think he's trying to do. That's what I'm trying to say.
And I get that. I think you're making a really good point. But that again, I'll go back to the Michael Edwards point. I think he's an infrastructure guy. He's a guy who seems to understand the way to structure a side, structure cultures. And then on top of that as well, you're going to have a new manager who's going to want to put their imprint on it. And any name that I've heard linked with the Liverpool job, it's not like we've heard anyone where I've gone, that's David Moyes.
Yeah.
And on top of that as well, you've then got a series of players who will be on the back of a very strong season and be very up for bringing a new manager in. I think.
Do you think it's easier for the new managers to come into a Liverpool team that won the league or a team that didn't win the league?
I think either way it's very similar. I think the plan remains the same, and I think Edwards is a pragmatist who's able to justify his decisions in really tangible ways. And that's partly why I'm so confident around.
How would you feel about a Nagelsmann coming in?
It's probably for me.
He's got a bad rep for some reason. I don't know where his like.
Yeah, it's weird.
It's weird. He was doing
really
what
well
Xabi Alonso. Okay, he didn't win a league, but he was at Hoffenheim, like getting them nearly into the Champions League. And he's 34 years old, 36 years old, and he's doing a good job at Germany. I think he's going to shock people at Germany this Euros.
Yeah.
Bayern Munich. I actually done some work outside the stadium at Bayern Munich, and not one of their fans could understand why he got sacked.
Yeah,
every single one was like.
Do you really have time to talk to fans when you're selling programs like that?
No, you think.
I know what you mean, though. I think
selling programs, respect me, man. But yeah, I was asking everyone with the mic, blah blah blah, and they were saying why they don't know. I was like Tuchel, like this is literally Tuchel's first game before it was against Dortmund. It was Dortmund Bayern Munich, and they were like, yeah, we'll give him a go, but we don't even know why he's here. So and now everyone's kind of scared of Nagelsmann. I don't get it. He's a good manager.
The only thing with Nagelsmann was, I guess, if you're getting rid of Klopp, it's a really imposing character. It's someone who's very strong. The two guys and the majority of managers we've spoken about are quite stoic, quiet characters who aren't trying to do a Klopp. And I think that's where Liverpool are probably looking at is going, we don't want there to be
Yeah.
Another Jurgen
He's
Klopp.
quite a personality.
You need the Bob Paisley now, innit? To the Bill Shankly, right?
And Alonso is that kind of quieter character who's clearly got an influence. And Amorim seems like a big character, but not in a Klopp mould.
Yeah.
If that makes sense.
All right, let's talk about some match predictions, can we? Because we can see the players coming out on...
That looks wet.
Now, you can also see the players coming out on the pitch, and you can watch the game.
Cam, are you crying?
Now pass.
The Now Pass is great, by the way. Yeah. I've got the Now Pass. It's probably one of the easiest ways to just go, bam, there's the football.
And if you want to do that, you can do by clicking the link in the description or the pinned comment. Let's do some predictions. Nick.
I feel like I'm going to be stress eating all of these sweets, but I don't know why, because it is important.
What do you think it's going to be?
Head or heart, head or heart. Let's go.
Why don't you give one of each?
Gosh. Okay.
Yeah, really sit on the fence.
Head. No, I'm just going to go 3-2 United.
Oh, my word.
Wow. That's your head saying?
No, I don't know what that is.
Okay.
I'm hoping for it.
I kind of feel neutral. I've got a feeling that we've overlooked the FA Cup and what it finished in 90 minutes. 2-2.
2-2.
Which obviously I wouldn't be happy with.
We're all going to go to goals, aren't we?
People think, so you went for a United win?
Well, I don't think you're going to win, but I'm hoping
but by the way,
miracle.
A draw is the same as a loss. And I think United and Old Trafford would be elated to get a draw against Liverpool.
The draw, you know what? I think it'll be the manner of the draw.
I think...
what, a late Ahmed goal?
I could see United being 2-0 down or something, 2-0 up or something, and then throwing it away in the last
90th minute. A 99-minute goal from
I'm going to go with... Look, walking into the studio, I thought we were going to lose, but, I see the wet, rainy Old Trafford. Now I'm getting a bit pumped, you know what I mean? So I'm going to go for a big shock, 2-1 Man United.
Joe?
My head says that I think Liverpool will win this 3 or 4-0, but I think my heart, I'm going to listen to my heart, and so I'm going to go 2-1 as well.
No, I love what Joe's done.
Let's throw the biasness, man.
But I do think that just looking at that Liverpool lineup, I think the midfield three is going to cause Man United massive issues. I think that if that midfield three start popping the ball around and Casemiro does look a bit leggy in there, I think that United could have a really long day with that back four. I just don't think that United's back four has, Willy Kambala obviously got a massively high ceiling and is super highly rated at the club. French is the under-21 captain or under-20 captain.
That's huge, though.
He's obviously highly rated, but it's a big ask. Darwin Núñez is physical. He's going to run in behind him. He's going to drag him all over the pitch. And Mo Salah's record at Old Trafford, as we can see, is an absolute joke.
You can only see that on now.
I'll be honest,
the last 5 games, you can see that graphic on now.
Some of the performances there, though, haven't been that good.
Why have you just jinxed that?
Nah.
Oh, my...
No. I just want to say this. I think Cam's right.
That is
he somehow he just scores. I'm like, you're not even playing well.
Yeah, but do you care? But does that matter, right?
Yeah,
as long as
you score,
you're getting a goal.
For sure.
Rashford's got 7 in his last 8 against Liverpool as well, I think.
Rashford and Salah both in this game.
That's you guys this season, though.
And he's got something to prove.
Done it even this season.
You think he's got something to prove this season as well, like Rashford? I feel like in the last few months, there's been slowly a bit of a creep of form, but underneath it, some of the fan reaction has been, it's been pretty vitriolic towards him, hasn't it?
Rashford's biggest issue, and the one thing that it made United fans turn on Martial pretty quickly in comparison to Rashford, was the body language. Like, United fans never really got with Martial's body language, you know what I mean? And Rashford was always the one that was running hard, and so the fans got behind him. But now when you look at Rashford, he looks like a figure that's doesn't enjoy really playing for Man United at the moment. He looks like he's just the burden of being the academy light, you know what I mean? The Manchester local is kind of it feels like it's taking over him a little bit. So I think the fans are kind of turning on him, but any given day Rashford can turn up, you know what I mean? And we've seen it. He scored against Arsenal, he scored against City,
but it's a lack of consistency though, isn't it? That's the problem.
And that's the thing, 2 of his last 3 seasons have been bad now.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Last season, it felt like things were maybe like, he's kind of got that something back, and then it's kind of just fallen off a cliff again.
Yeah, the game has kicked off, by the way. You can watch it by getting a Now Pass. Click the link in the description below. Liverpool started pretty comfortably. United already look nervous to me.
We're only 40 seconds in, Joe.
No, but why, already I've seen 2 or 3 scratchy smashes upfield by Casemiro. And that's the sort of thing. What's happened to Casemiro in your mind?
That's nice play there.
I think
he's old.
I think the physicality of the league, the intensity, of the league. You're going from La Liga, which is a lot less intense league.
Great ball. Put him in. Put him in.
Too late.
Garnacho.
No, he's on.
He's in.
What?
He's on.
Off.
He's
That's off.
offside, he's
Surely.
It's scored.
Surely that was
Garnacho's
on.
scored, but he's
Oh,
off.
No, that was off.
Bruno took ages.
Bruno had to play that ball quick.
But really good point from Joe, though. I think, everyone knew this was going to be the way you play. That's quite early, and it's a relatively tight off onside. It's not like anyone was close to him, by the way.
I can't believe Bruno doesn't play this ball
Bruno's
quicker.
got to do that quicker. Do it there. Do it there.
Yeah, he's
off.
off.
He's way off.
He's well off. The ball's just got to come a touch earlier from Bruno. Garnacho takes it lovely. And Garnacho's been playing really, really well recently.
Garnacho's really good at one.
That's one player that you guys can
He's come on leaps and bounds this year, Garnacho. You know, I think it's one of the most long streaks of starts consistently for Manchester United. 30-odd starts.
One of your best players. I mean, admittedly, it was not that hard to see.
Liverpool are looking a bit nervous.
Liverpool are looking a bit nervy.
Go on.
Bruno.
He ain't got that bag, man. That's not his bag. That's
Lawrence, how are you feeling?
1v1.
2 minutes in.
Well, so the interesting thing about Liverpool is when Liverpool go 1-0 down, then,
They bounce back.
Yeah.
Oh, this is a thing. This is what you lot have been so annoying with. I mean, we're pretty good at it as well. But especially if I'm not watching a game, if I'm out and I look at the score and I'm like, oh yeah, Liverpool losing, and then you look 10 minutes later and it's like 2-1 now.
Oh, that's great. But look, there's loads of space.
Why
but
is it attack?
Oh,
defense already?
No!
Great save.
My God!
That's a really good save.
Good
Why is it attack the defense already?
A really solid save early on there with Onana.
Wow! By the way, that save is unreal. High hand to his left. I think he lifted it and everything.
He's got better as well. He was shocking when he first started.
Yeah, United. There is something about United. They are just the most entertaining games ever because they are so open in midfield. It's just constant attack versus defence.
Yeah.
So we should do. How many shots are we letting in?
Yeah, let's do a straw poll on United.
Yeah, how many shots
conceded?
I'll give you a plus minus on 30.
Look at this again.
I will say
over 30.
Over
23.
Great save.
Really good save.
It's where Liverpool really need to sharpen up. By the way, that's elite in terms of that. I think early on in the season, if that's in the Champions League, most people think that goes in.
Yeah.
He's definitely done some training to change his positioning. I agree.
Much
better. Is, don't you think sometimes, I'm not saying that was a good save, but do you think sometimes, the difficult shots, De Gea would save difficult.
Yeah, I know.
I think Onana doesn't save
the spectacular
really difficult ones where you're like
low down with his feet. That was what De Gea used to specialise in, low down with his feet. But I think asking a lot of keepers to live up to that. He was one of the best shot stoppers.
I agree. Yeah,
like I've seen in the Premier League era.
I've seen
the back end of his like the last couple of seasons, he was letting in some stinkers.
Yeah,
there was a period where anything low and close that goes under most
he
keepers,
was incredible.
His feet were just unreal. He would save everything with an outstretched leg.
Why do you think that Onana has improved? Because he was
I think it's confidence.
Bad when he first came in. Yeah,
they look a bit shaky. Liverpool. This is a game
that's
going to be open.
Hey, United are already having a bit more of the ball and actually looking better than I thought they'd be. I mean, granted, it's been not even 5 minutes.
I think your expectation was rock bottom.
Yeah, maybe.
You're probably right, yeah.
But you know what? As a fan, sometimes that's the best way
to
be.
Go on. Have a shot.
Shoot.
Oh, should have shot.
I think Manchester United are going to get a lot of these chances in the game because it's the way that Liverpool play. They're not the same.
Count though.
Liverpool aren't the same control.
City, no, I agree.
Yeah, we're not the controlling team like Arsenal.
Go on, touch. Go on. This is
good.
Better from Man United.
Why didn't he just put it in the box?
God.
Yes.
Come on, boys.
Look, you saying yes to what Manchester United.
Oh no, this is
not me here being a neutral.
Salah, far side. Darwin 1v1 with Maguire.
Thank you, rain.
It does look wet out there, by the way.
Yeah.
Wet surface out there.
It's so rainy, isn't it?
That ball is travelling so slowly on the field. Isn't it?
I know.
You can pop that around; it's not going to go anywhere.
Yeah, I don't know whether that suits United having like a really open game today. I think it probably does. I think the more chaotic, the better for United. Yeah. Honestly, I think if it starts to become controlled and Liverpool just start to keep hold of the ball and take their time and patience, they will break United down consistently. I think if the game's wild and open and there's a lot of freedom in the midfield to counter-attack, that really suits United.
I mean, I think it suits us to score, but we definitely become so vulnerable to concede as well. You know what I mean? I think Liverpool, if Liverpool just decided to sit in a little bit.
Oh, what a pass that nearly was.
Hey, listen, Liverpool are starting a bit shaky.
It's still so early on though, Cam.
This is what I'm saying about Erik ten Hag. He knows the right positions to play against teams. He knows how to cancel oppositions out. And at the top level like this, Liverpool aren't going to be used to playing. I mean, Manchester United got a really weird kind of like they defend very quickly, and then look at them, they're unloading on Liverpool. It works really nicely.
Get at him, Alejandro.
Come on, it's Robertson. It's not old Robertson.
It's not Robertson.
United have started all right here.
Yeah.
Go on, boys.
I was not expecting it.
Surprisingly so. I'm just slightly worried that, and this is a problem with you guys
as well. What's this a booking for?
Yellow card.
Getting booked.
Yellow card for Van Dijk early on.
Is it for Van Dijk?
No, it might be for Bradley actually. Who's it for? What? Is it a late tackle? Oh.
Ref!
Bro, I'm not sure about that.
Nah, that's
Show me the opposite angle.
That's what I mean. Wet, rainy. Oh,
yeah.
Red.
It's not red.
Send him off now.
It's a silly early yellow.
Yeah, that's
now he's got to play 84 minutes up against Marcus Rashford on a yellow card.
Listen, John Flanagan loves the yellow too. You know what I mean? So...
Why are you obsessed with John Flanagan?
You're hyping him today. That is just terrible, isn't it?
That was a really, really.
Who's your cross?
Really
Who's your main crosser?
Our corner kicks have been horrendous this season. Usually it's Luke Shaw, but he's obviously out injured. And so
Eriksen did it for a while?
Yeah, Eriksen was taking him for a while, but just doesn't have the legs in that midfield. So now Bruno takes him.
A lot of midfielders in your subs, by the way, today. I feel like you're going to lock it down after you get that.
Well, I don't think we've got any defenders possible to put on the bench.
Sure,
they're literally all four of them fit are playing out on the football field right now.
Okay.
For once, the emergency policy is not going to be. It's not going to be McTominay. You know, when we need to score, McTominay
it will.
Hey, how do you feel?
One's on the bench.
How do you feel about McTominay this season?
He's had a really good season.
He has.
But I think, like, from a structural point of view,
I love Onana.
Oh, what a
That's a ball,
man! I think from a structural point of view, I think sometimes it's hard to see exactly where he fits in that Man United lineup, just because he's not. He often wants to take up the same sort of areas as like a Bruno in a 10, and I don't think he's got the technical ability of like Bruno Fernandes in that space. And then sometimes I don't know about you, Cam, but sometimes I feel like he takes up Højlund's room inside the box, like. Positions where I want Højlund getting his touches, McTominay is getting touches.
But I genuinely think McTominay has a better sniff for it than Højlund at the moment. Honestly, I think
he's been on a roll.
Better than
the issue is though when you've got two of them in there, then you lose like the positional sense of an actual midfielder. Yeah, when McTominay's almost a striker at times.
I don't think Højlund goes back post ever. He always goes to the near post, which is a bit
sliding
strange.
Across, isn't it? He's always like ripping across the 6-yard spot.
When you watch this kind of play, though, I think United have clearly been coached in a good way to play Liverpool for this. So let's not act like Ten Hag has just lost it overnight.
But do you think, like, you see games like Liverpool? Don't you think sometimes they're just like, how much motivation do you need? You know what I mean? It's Liverpool.
Sure, but this isn't motivation that's doing this. This is tactics. You guys are.
Do you think so, or do you think it's like it is just you're up for this?
I think it's a mixture, but clearly look at the positions those guys are taking up.
Yeah.
But look at the positions.
This is what happens though. I agree with Cam. First 20 minutes, United come out, they play okay. Admittedly, it didn't happen against Chelsea, and then the opposition start to figure out the structure a little bit, and then with very, very little hard work are able just to slice through the midfield.
So that is exactly where Pep spoke about Man City, where they were weak when he first came in, was he said, we have people who are capable of in-game management, but not all of them are managing in-game. And I think if Erik Ten Hag can do that with a couple of their players, then you've suddenly got people who... That's why he wanted Casemiro. That's why he wanted Eriksen. People who in-game can read the game and go, we need to adjust this, and this. You don't always have those players out there right now.
Yeah, this is a big game for Casemiro as well. This is a big game for Casemiro, I think, because there's been big doubts about him in recent weeks from not only United fans, but like football fans.
I
think it's a big game for a lot of your.
Salah on the back post.
Nah, you're good.
But it will be a mixture of things, though, in terms of maybe Ten Hag's game plan, but also, like you're saying, they've got to be up for it. They shouldn't need too much motivation for a game like this, and also pride. Surely, especially after the Chelsea game in the week, because a lot of people have been saying, obviously, that could go either way, right? You're almost like demotivated because of what happened, and then you're coming into this really low in spirit, morale's really low, or you kind of go, no, we can't, we need to come out, be angry, make sure that you prove a point that you guys can actually play some decent football,
especially at home. I feel like this United team, it was probably the worst result that we could have had that Chelsea could have had against United, for us at least.
Szoboszlai nearly scoring from distance.
Szoboszlai loves that.
He does like a strike. One of the cleanest ball strikers in the league, by the way.
We got a couple of those now.
Yeah, unbelievable. By the way, you can, of course, watch this game now. Click the link in the description and the pinned comment.
I feel so sorry for Joe because
Gerrard was so good at those.
Every time Joe tries to do the now plug, everyone goes, "Ooh!" or someone cuts him off. Yeah, it's just kind of contracting to feel what he needs to do.
I knew this would be a good
game. Come on, Rasmus.
Man, this is what I
That's
mean.
got it. See, this is the issue. It comes back at United too quickly.
It does come back fast, but it also comes back quickly at Liverpool as well. United, I think they've got a better structure than you guys give them credit for, and I think a lot of people are just downers on Erik ten Hag right now. You guys need to just be a bit more positive.
There's a lot of reason to be, though, man. Trust me.
I get that, but like, people don't react well to negativity all the time. You guys need to
pass that by Van Dijk.
But it's really hard though when your team is, and that's the thing. Like,
stop
I remember
being moaners, guys. Everyone, stop being moaners.
But it's hard when things are bad.
It's hard though. It's you know what I mean.
Yeah, next season when you're in your transitional period.
I'm going to be watching you closely. Trust me.
If we're on the same show next season and people still invite me on stuff, I'm thrilled. So if you want to watch me close up, that's great.
But that's the thing, though. It is the one part of you, the logical part, sometimes goes, okay, look, transitional time, new players, new manager, blah blah blah. But when you are watching your team week in week out underperforming and kind of being embarrassed sometimes, it's really hard to keep telling yourself, no, think of the bigger picture.
Yeah. Do you guys forget what, as a Liverpool fan, I went through last season?
Yeah.
I would say, though, right, like, as a fan, it's such a roller coaster. And I always say, sometimes I feel like I know I'm more logical with other teams than I am with my own
Of course.
team. Because, like, midway through a game sometimes, I am just like, nah, this isn't Ten Hag. This is the players. Like, I'm like, forget this is all the players, and then it's just honestly, it's up and down.
Oh no!
Oh, here we go.
No, that's being a football fan, Cam, isn't it? Like, it's an emotional rollercoaster all the time. Even with Arsenal, when it has been a really, really good couple of seasons, you have periods of time where if there's been one game or two in a row where things haven't been so good, you're like, oh, that's it, we're rubbish. I knew there was no point in having any hope. And then you look at actually what we've been through the past couple of years and how good things are, but it's so easy to lose sight of it.
So no player seems to emote that more than Darwin Núñez, who was just through basically clear on goal and it kind of knocked it off a United player. How do you guys see Darwin then? Because I obviously
really
as a Liverpool fan,
I like him. He's chaotic.
I do like Darwin, but I do think at some point he's got to be a little bit more refined. I do think it's all fun to be like the chaos and stuff, and he has actually put on decent numbers. But with his ability, he could be like one of the Prem top scorers like every season. I think he just needs to put it together.
I'm not sure. I think people are a bit harsh with him when they're like they call him sort of like this sort of like chaos merchant refined. I think that like part of his gameplay is always going to be physical.
Yeah,
that's the way he's obviously been developed. Partly in Portugal and before that in Uruguay. Like he is going to be a channel runner. He is going to try and bully defenders. And yes, his finishing can be a little bit erratic, but I actually think his all-round play is maybe a little bit underrated. Like people don't talk about him being good with his back to goal, running the channels, being very physical in hold-up. Like they never talk about it. They just say, oh, he's missed another sitter. But the other 80% of his game is actually very decent.
I still think though Liverpool do have a bit of an issue with finishing. We had obviously we had a real issue against City at Anfield, and I was at that game. The atmosphere was great. If they'd have put one of those away, it's a real positive like morale booster for Liverpool to win 2-1. Obviously, we thought we should get a penalty late, but that's irrelevant if you're up 2-1 or 3-1 anyway.
Yeah, but you look at Diaz, Darwin, and Salah. Even though Salah's a ridiculous goal scorer, he's not the most clean finisher all the time.
No, he's a volume player. You're right.
Yeah, so all three of them are in a way. So that's no surprise there. Only Jota's a killer, isn't it? Like
we really miss him.
Jota's injury.
If Liverpool had Jota today, either on the bench or as a starter, I feel so confident about it because he's also one of those players who's not all about, but often delivers the end result.
Yeah.
It's great.
Brilliant. How long is he out for?
Yeah, he's out for a little while now because his injury was not great. So I think
he
was out, then he had that little bit back, and then went out again. It's really frustrating because Liverpool fans love him.
He's
like
so
he's got
talented.
a good chant. There's so much that's there to like about him.
Yeah.
And also, you feel so confident when he's on because he does these he only seems to do decisions.
Oh, I hate seeing him playing against us.
Yeah, I mean his record against Arsenal.
I know.
Insane. Although if you watch a lot of those Jota goals back, it's down to his industry and then them making a terrible mistake. I think it was it Tavares? Passed the ball to him like once and then sauntered through the Arsenal.
Yeah.
Was it Carragher who was saying that he thinks he's the best finisher he's seen in a Liverpool shirt?
Yeah, I think he said that. Yeah, I think he said that he's the.
Put him away. Go Rasmus.
Run.
Go Rasmus.
Run.
Back post.
Go on. Don't get scared of Van Dijk. Don't get scared.
Come back. Just restart. Reset.
Too far back.
I don't think that was terrible play.
That's
good.
good.
That's actually really good hold-up play there.
Oh, Bruno. Well done, Rashi. Oh.
You know what? I've never done one of these before, so it's quite weird watching it with no sound, no
what
audio.
What are you talking about? Yeah, it's really hard. People don't realise when you don't have the commentary or any sort of crowd.
No, because this is fun. Like, it's cool. It's like you're just chatting with mates, right?
Yeah. And the thing with the commentary is, if you want to hear that, you can hear it right now on Now.
Yes, you can.
But it's like, God, Old Trafford's quiet. Oh,
yeah. To be fair, Old Trafford's probably one of the worst
like
places to go. I hate going to Old Trafford. I've been there like twice away with us, and it's such a hostile atmosphere.
But I wonder how quickly it could change if things like how has it been generally this season when things aren't going your way?
Good ball.
The games have been
a really good pass, by the way.
Great.
Just not physical enough.
He took the ball down, and that was an elite ball, though. Who was that?
Bruno.
The last Bruno.
Dallo,
the pass.
The pass. Dallo, yeah.
Dallo's quality, man.
Dallo's probably been our player of the season, no?
Dallo's one of the players I'd take.
That's one guy. I've always been a big fan of Dallo. I think he's got ability, man. He's one of them players that I think like any manager could get something out of him. I look at some of the guys and I'm like, maybe not, but I think he's somebody that has to stay at the club.
And he's played left back. He's played
all over the place, and especially in a poor team that have been struggling. Like
I think when you ask him to play left back, he looks a little bit suspect just because of his body angles. Sometimes when the ball's played across the box, or he's isolated in a 1v1, like you saw against Chelsea, and isolated in a 1v1, and he's not on his stronger side. I think he looks a bit weaker.
Joe Gomez was the same though initially for Liverpool on the left side.
So he's been our player of the season for me.
I totally agree.
One ball.
Agreed, although it is a low bar, isn't it? Like there aren't many players to pick from for United player of the season. You know,
he started well, Casemiro. To be fair,
yeah, he actually has.
Yeah,
Bruno's been a bit sloppy in possession, isn't he?
If you sit Casemiro super deep, then it works. Casemiro very, very deep is a good thing.
Oh!
What a chance!
Who is that? Szoboszlai's had 3 chances.
Szoboszlai coming in about the penalty spot has just missed a big opportunity.
Szoboszlai's the new Gini Wijnaldum for Liverpool, where people don't quite know what it is that his role is, but he has this output.
That's old school.
Oh, he's got to score, Loz.
He's got to score that. You're right. Yeah.
I think the ball by Robertson is absolutely fantastic.
To be fair to him, it's difficult because he's trying to get it on his right. It's across. It's across him, isn't it, Joe? It's across him.
Yeah.
Across the body is hard.
Opening your body out is tough, but I think with a player of his ball striking technique, which is like one of the best in the league, I do think he's got. Go on, Cobby. I do think he's got to do a little bit better there.
Ref!
Wow.
Is that a foul?
What?
Oh wow, referee. Are you sure?
I think you guys need to have a little word with yourselves there. That wasn't a foul.
Yeah, it looked like a foul from here.
It's hard to see as well.
Bruno's moaning at the referee from here. I can see that. Yeah.
Bruno spends a lot of his game moaning.
He's such a moany person, though, isn't he? Like his whole.
Do you know what though? I've been to like Old Trafford and been to Carrington and done like a fair few interviews with the players and stuff. And like Bruno is so well liked. He, when people always like, oh, why is he captain? Blah blah blah. He is constantly doing the media. He is constantly supporting players. Like players absolutely love him as captain. So like I know that people obviously bang on Bruno all the time. It's like a sort of fashionable thing to do, isn't it? So but off the pitch, Bruno is such
obviously
good guy.
Like a top guy. I get that. You don't need to drop names, but obviously we've all met Premier League players in here. He's not the most liked player out on the field, though, is he? By oppositions.
Yeah, but is that a thing for your captain to be liked by opposition?
That's the thing, yeah. Do you care?
I think if you don't like Roy Keane, then there's very clear reasons why not. If you don't like Jordan Henderson, there's very clear reasons why not. I think a few people see it as a show of weakness in the Premier League. The way that his demeanour is.
It's interesting because I think I was listening to Ole Gunnar Solskjaer talk about Bruno. I think it was on Stick to Football, and he was saying that he'd obviously spoken to Bruno about that.
Why is Darwin running towards him? Yeah.
Like massive level because he's so emotional on the pitch, which is probably half his problem, isn't it? He's like over emotional.
Yeah.
And Ollie had spoken to him, and like Bruno clearly knows he's over emotional, but he just is never going to change that. Like,
but you need to get a handle on that, don't you, as a captain?
But he's never going to be able to. He's never
worried that if you get
that is Bruno.
It's a bit like Rooney, isn't it? If you get rid of that fire, then are you getting rid of the player and what his motivation?
I just think it's like asking somebody to change an inherent trait within their personality that they've had since they were like. He's probably been doing this, exactly playing this way, since he was like 6 or 7 years old.
And if you snuff that out,
then I just don't think it's ever going to happen.
I think the problem with Bruno is that when he does lose his head, he completely loses his performance.
Well, that's what happened in the 7-0.
When you said with Wayne Rooney, when Rooney's angry, he turns into a different animal. He turns into the best player on the pitch. But when Bruno's lost his head, he's just
Yeah,
he starts diving.
It's a really good point.
It just becomes crazy.
That's one of my favourite Wayne Rooney clips ever. Is the one where he absolutely smashes it top bin. After chatting to the ref.
Newcastle.
Was that Newcastle?
Yeah.
Because it's the bit where he's moaning and the ref is clearly giving him something back, and then he just absolutely catches it. It's such a good clip.
It really is.
Like, when Rooney calmed down, he lost so much about him. Like, you know what I mean? The country.
The angrier he was, the better he was.
Yeah. It's like fire in your belly, I guess.
There were times where it got in the way, though.
Yeah, you've got to also have, as a captain,
I mean, it's the same with Roy Keane.
Like,
Roy Keane will get a red card. You know what I mean? He'll lose his head, but
that's a great win back to the ball.
This is where it's too easy for United.
Won the ball back
by McAllister, but it's just so easy to get at United.
You can see where we're trying to get the ball as well.
Yeah, those inside channels is like big problems for United already.
That's a ball.
Oh,
bro.
Oh, nice.
Good by Cobby.
Liverpool have sort of managed to get a bit more control. Yeah, like you said, what minute are we on now?
20 minutes.
Literally right after that 20 minutes, Liverpool are kind of getting a bit more control.
Yeah, well, this is what happens against United. Teams start to work out how to, like, system-wise, how to move United about to create space in the midfield. And, like, it always happens about the 20-minute mark. United just start to get opened up slowly. Teams just start to build control, and then about 40 minutes in, it's 2-0.
I love rainy
what happens consistently.
I love rainy cameras, by the way.
Yeah,
nothing. It makes it look like the new Batman film.
Asking Willy Camboila a lot here to Mark Van Dijk, aren't you?
I think it's Hoyland actually.
I know. Oh, I like that.
Yeah.
1-0 Liverpool.
That's lovely finish.
Like that.
By the way, can I I just want to highlight one thing with Diaz.
That, man. Just like that.
Wow, you're quoting Public Enemy. That's lovely.
No, man, I don't even know who Public Enemy is. What are you talking
about?
You
are joking.
Oh, okay, yeah, no, I know what you're talking about. Oh,
Wave of Blade. Chuck D.
Sorry, I thought you were talking about a movie or something.
Again.
Just like that.
Just like that. Okay. One of the best aspects of having Luis Diaz in his side is Luis Diaz is one of the best at adapting his body as the ball comes to him to finish it with power like that.
Sleeping?
Oh man, he's acrobatic. Look
nobody's marking him.
If there's one person who's thrilled right now,
how has he got 8 yards of room?
We know.
Organised so bad.
Darwin Nunez. We know, by the way, that Luis Diaz's dad is somewhere in the stadium, sitting there and just bursting out his seat.
The finish is
absolutely love that. It's an elite finish.
I ain't seen 2 men on a post since I was in Sunday League. What's going on?
2 men on the post, and I have to say, to have 6 yards of room on the edge of the 6-yard box is criminal.
Let's be honest, though, guys.
We literally
not a great fist pump during the celebration. Really weak fist pump.
We literally said to you, when 20 minutes comes along, that's when you judge the real Man United. 22 minutes.
Goal time, 22 minutes.
We said this. We know Man United.
You also
know when you're talking about like structure and stuff, I'm telling you, wait until after 20. We always start games.
Bro, you just conceded from a really well conceded set piece, right?
We're not good at set pieces offensively or defensively. I'm telling you, there's not one area.
We are terrible at set pieces, United. But I have to say, to allow a second ball to drop to a Liverpool player 6 yards out is just shocking.
That also looks like something that Liverpool have observed, by the way, because that's actually a really unusual thing for Liverpool to do.
I can't believe United had 2 men on the post. One man on the front post, one on the back post. I haven't seen that in years.
We're Premier League.
Mate, that's just football fundamentals. If you guys don't know fundamentals of football, then...
No, but we're absolutely frightened of Van Dijk, because did you see in the the offensive corner we had... Camboila was just there trying to block Van Dijk from defending. And then even there
was a lot of room.
Get him. Bad cross that. Andy Robertson is more of a left winger for Liverpool.
You see, it's now how you guys handle
United
the game
just
from here.
Down. This is what happens. United have seriously experienced players here. You know, Bruno's 30, Maguire's 30, Casemiro's 32. Somebody in that team here should be just going, settle down. Give me the ball. Let's all just calm down. 5 minutes on the ball.
But you see, the problem is, Joe, right? Is Bruno's not that type of player. Casemiro, in fact, they're like grenades, bro. You give them the ball, they just launch it. Do you know what I mean? So they're actually the ones that contribute. They contribute to this. Do you know what I mean? Like, as much as we want them to be the calm.
Another corner.
They contribute to this kind of chaos. That's how it is.
Another corner here, and if I was Man United, I'd be worried. Set pieces have been terrible this season.
And which teams thrive on chaos?
Liverpool.
Poor ones.
Right. You stand on the side? Liverpool try and create chaos.
Oh, you're doing 2 men on the post?
Let's see when the wide comes up.
I think what happened was Dalot dropped in onto the post.
Yeah, I agree, yeah. Oh, that's close.
Good header, right?
Yeah, really great header. Liverpool players have got a bit of a thing for trying to catch it when it comes out on that second ball. Sometimes I'm like, well, you remember what happened with Harvey Elliott? He obviously missed it on the edge of the box for the FA Cup.
Get it down, man. Get it down. Get it down.
Look.
Oh my God!
Told you.
We're big on winning it back like that.
Told you. I'm telling you, I feel sorry for.
Cobby having to run 100 meters. Well, that's a
good tackle. Well done. That's a very good tackle. Come on, Liverpool.
Sorry for him playing this team, man. He's going to learn bad habits. He's going to learn bad habits. I promise you.
That's a lovely touch, Bob.
Look at that. Is that?
Come on.
Yeah.
Referees whistled that one.
Okay.
McAllister does give those away.
That was really good by Kobbie Mainoo, though. But the amount of ground some of these United players are asked to cover, like Kobbie Mainoo, is just like obscene. They have to run 100-meter sprints consistently. It's pretty soft, that foul, isn't it? It's not much.
You'll take it.
It's pretty soft, though, isn't it?
Yeah, I think that's pretty soft. I can't lie. Like, it's obviously
Bruno Fernandes, isn't it?
Come on, do something.
It's a good position, this.
Yeah, this is where
maybe a bit too central.
Tough ones where like, do you
bit too straight?
No, you drift it,
do you just
and then someone gets a little.
Got to drift this to the back post. Maguire's got to head it back across.
Bruno.
I told you, sell your soul, and then we're gonna beat you out.
Never.
Go on, finish! Oh!
Did you miss that?
Oh my God!
How many times have we seen this season Rasmus like an inch off?
Did that look
be a bit more woke.
It was. Hold on.
He was.
Oh no.
No.
Oh no, that's not right.
I'll tell you what, boy,
that should be somebody else. Somebody else. Who's that? Willie Kambwala, I think.
And it's still, Kambwala's got a gamble, and it remains 1-0 to Liverpool.
Tell you what, guys, if you haven't seen that, you should definitely get a now.
Good plug, Loz. Right. You can watch it where Liverpool do lead at Old Trafford 1-0, 27 minutes into the game. To be honest with you, it's been a chaotic game.
Yeah, I mean, I'm here for it.
It hasn't been a total domination either way.
This is what I want to see.
Liverpool do that. Liverpool give you an opportunity.
I don't doubt it.
I want to see this, but I just want United to win at the end. I'm up for chaos, a lot of goals.
Pick someone out.
Look at this.
Go on!
Oh, there you go.
Rasmus needs to improve.
Rasmus has not been...
Liverpool are really sticking boots in the area.
What's Benny McCarthy doing? Coach him, bro.
Oh, right, okay, yeah. I forgot Benny McCarthy was a coach at your club. That's excellent play there from Liverpool. That's fantastic.
Really good by Endo, is it?
No.
Get up.
Szoboszlai, maybe.
We're literally looking at a bum on the screen.
Skinny little legs. Well,
it's Darwin.
Yeah, you could sort of
getting back and working hard. It's good defensive work by Darwin Nunez.
Darwin's got very much got one of those like superhero mentality where it's like if you get hit by a missile, stay down for a minute.
That's definitely a foul, I think.
Yellow
card probably, to be fair.
It's the same exact one as what Conor Bradley did just a second ago, isn't it?
I don't know. I feel like Conor Bradley's a bit more reckless, whereas that one he was genuinely going for the ball. Yeah.
Rasmus, just in and around the box, just needs to neaten it up a little bit, doesn't it? Because I really think there's a good player in there. There is a really good player in there, but
I think he's best.
His age is very inexperienced in around that area, isn't it?
Yeah. I mean, look, we should expect this. Like, he scored 9 goals last season, playing in a transition as well at Atalanta. So coming into the Premier League as a main 9, lone 9. What do we want?
Willie Kambwala's been done behind.
He slides.
He's too wide.
He did really good
recovery. Good recovery.
Well done.
I mean, it's a lot for him, isn't it?
I mean, don't worry about that. Calm down.
Oh.
Bless him.
I know. I actually.
Nah, I'm rooting for him.
Yeah.
Carrington, it has my heart.
That's a great recovery.
Yeah, he's done really well.
There's a couple of United players who are good on recovery tackles. Like I think I remember Saka's got that in
got to be one of the best.
But it's rash in the first place, isn't it? Do you know what I mean?
Just making the mistake.
This is very United. Everybody at United just feels like they're playing too just calm down. Everybody's just too heightened.
Yeah. That's one thing where I don't know
really good
Ten Hag's got that. I'd love to know what Ten Hag's mentality management is like with the players. I've not seen very much of that. You seem to see a lot of heads going, and or so low.
Yeah.
To be fair to him, like in the Chelsea game, you could clearly see him telling everyone,
"Please calm down, please."
Yeah, but it's all good saying calm down.
Habits.
Like, have you ever said when someone's panicking to them, calm down? How often does that actually make them calm down?
It's true.
You need to look at people's mentality.
It's like mindset away from the actual game, in-game, when it's happening.
I mean, there's habits he's created. He's allowed and created these habits. So
he wants it to be emotional.
All of a sudden, you can't just be like, calm down. And then there's going to be like, let's revert to...
They want to be transitional and they want to be chaotic, don't they? They want to play chaos. But then what happens with chaos is it does build a heightened state of emotion. And that heightened state of emotion costs United consistently, has to be said, like, physically his system is so demanding. Because it's so up and down, back and forth, this is a lack of control in the midfield like that. Players are constantly sprinting. And both physically and emotionally, you're just worn out. By about 80 minutes, the players are just dead out on their feet. Against Chelsea, that's half the reason we conceded the late goals. Players are just so tired.
Sometimes think, though, don't you think sometimes, I think I don't know if it's like people have like a nostalgic view on what Man United were, but I do think sometimes like we boost how much we were this chaos team under Alex Ferguson. I think we were pretty controlled under Alex Ferguson, and
we have midfielders who can control the game.
Yeah, and then like we would attack relentlessly, and okay, if it's the 80th minute and we're not winning, we go crazy. But I feel like people paint Man United like we were absolutely reckless. I
don't think it was chaos like that. I feel like Joe's right. You had like 2 solid centre backs, 2 solid central midfielders, and then a load of players who were very adaptable.
Yeah,
like Ronaldo, Tevez, and obviously Rooney. Yeah, who were all just really good at reading the game, putting someone on the back foot, going past people. Yeah. Really great take from Onana. I really enjoyed the interview with Onana, by the way, on Saturday Social.
Yeah, do you know what? He's so confident in himself, isn't he? Which I think you have to be probably as a goalkeeper. I reckon
he's big as well, isn't he?
Was it you?
It was Smithy, yeah. I think what you have to be as a goalkeeper is like a different breed of...
Oh, yeah, they are, aren't they?
Keepers are not normal people.
That is just terrible, Willie.
But that's always the thing within football, right?
Keepers are not normal, man.
30 minutes into the game then, 1-0 Liverpool. If you're not watching already, you can watch now.
Oh, I can't believe it's already 1-0.
Now. Below.
Yeah.
But yeah,
you feel like that's a fair reflection of the game?
1-0.
I think probably a draw, 0-0. Yeah, but Szoboszlai missed a good chance. Bruno should have slipped Garnacho in earlier though, man. That was a big.
It's probably just about fair.
Yeah,
I'd say 1-0 is
You haven't been dominant completely at all.
I don't think Liverpool are. I feel like that's where a lot of people think Liverpool are a team.
Go on, Rash.
Liverpool aren't the type of side now to be a dominant team. They're basically the type of side that enjoy to play chaotic football or enjoy to have more of a balanced game and then benefit from the balance that they can then tip their way.
You concede a lot now, right?
See, now look at how open United are now. I mean, where Casemiro's gone past the ball there. Look at Cobby. Right. Look at how much room Cobby has.
He's lost that, though, there.
Loads of space, loads of overlapping.
No!
Save Onana.
It was right at Onana. I think Salah could finish that better there, and that's a goal. Salah's had a couple where he's put it at the keeper recently, and like you said, volume, but really frustrating because that kind of opportunity we need to be putting away.
Casemiro's got to stop going past the ball.
Yeah, why?
Past the line of the ball. Why overlapping past the ball? Move the ball and then hold position.
100%.
That's a frustrating ball just behind Salah there. I think if that's ahead of him, he probably finishes that.
Yeah, easy enough.
Get hold of it.
I don't think Onana's very aware of the cameras, mate.
That's the Jordan Pickford special, mate.
Onana's big in real life, isn't he?
Give much bigger than you think. But United now from corners. We've spoken about United already from corners. Suspect.
We are so scared of Van.
Get out to him.
Don't do that.
No.
That's another one for the cameras there, bro.
No, you listen at that.
I'm not joking.
He could have done around the world of the ball.
Yeah, if that's Alisson is catching that out the air and just literally.
I'm catching this out the air.
You are,
he stood on the post.
Yeah. Look.
To be fair, Bruno kind of jumps a little bit in front of him, like he's putting Vaseline on his gloves. That is not smart, surely.
No, he says I want it to be harder. Make this more of a challenge, boys.
Surely we've not just seen Vaseline being applied to goalkeeper gloves there. Must be some sort of sticky substance
in the rain.
It must.
It
must be some sort of sticky.
Something to do with the rain.
Yeah. There's no way.
Man, I rate Onana.
Win. See that cut?
Oh! Was that a save?
No,
I think it just went over.
How many shots is that so far?
We need to see a replay.
We're running a poll, I think, on Sky right now how many shots Liverpool have today.
I said 23. I think I might go up.
You're going to go over 25?
Oh, just over.
I think over 25 is currently the most voted.
I'm going to go 20. I'm going to go 26.
How many shots?
We had 35 at Anfield.
26.
20 more.
I think 20. I think between 25 and 30 is a bet.
Over under 30.
Yeah.
I might go just under.
Yeah.
See, this is what I mean. This is.
You know what? I'll go just over then.
Okay, fair enough.
The thing is, though, when you let Liverpool have 30 shots, the quality of the forwards in Salah, Diaz, and Nunez, to rely on one of those shots having a low, not being high XG is just so unlikely.
Yeah,
we've had a few of those.
Look at this. They've had 12 shots in the first 35 minutes. United haven't had a shot yet. Yeah,
but United. So, for instance, they would have had a valid shot if, say, Garnacho had just been onside there and Bruno released the ball properly. And you can play it, maybe. Wow, that's a lovely ball. He's got acres to run into. Nunez is standing offside.
Oh, here we go.
Szoboszlai.
No.
Harry.
Oh,
Salah.
You're finishing.
We're lucky Salah's on his. Him and Haaland this season. I've been.
What are we doing out there, man?
Slightly off it.
Look at Dalot. Look at Dalot.
Still incredible players.
Dallow's got to be aggressive there. If Dallow's not aggressive there.
Like, if Dalot didn't do that, that midfielder turns and runs out the defence.
Yeah.
Really great awareness, by the way, there from Szoboszlai. Instead of taking... Look at this.
I think there is just this man marking system that United deploy off the ball.
This is ridiculous. This is ridiculous.
Should have scored that.
Ridiculous.
Oh God, I'm going to miss Jurgen Klopp so much.
Screaming.
I'm going to miss touch.
I just can't believe United are still employing the man marking system off the ball.
Do you want to fire the man marking system off the ball?
If I could.
How many people you get rid of at Manchester United?
Like players trying to track 60-yard spaces to get to men. Sure. Like Dalot just has to pass his man on into that position. To a midfielder. It's just chaos out there. It's utter chaos out there. Well done, Bruno. You've
done a very good job of locking our right-hand side down, but it's been quite open on the left for Liverpool.
Yeah. Oh, my goodness. So open on this left-hand side for Liverpool. We're 35 minutes into the game, and I can't really remember a United attack other than the Garnacho offside.
And there are a couple of good balls forward where you've sort of hung it up, and it's gone between our centre-backs. It's very clear you're trying to split Quansah and Van Dijk, or Bradley and Quansah. It works really well.
Be strong then, Harry.
Go on.
Oh, nice.
That's actually really nice there for Maguire.
Past 10 minutes.
Look at that, though.
You can't go in the centre.
Put him away.
Well done, Cobby.
Now, this is just big problem for United. Look, there's so much to be asked of Rashford, man. He's got to dribble 40 yards past 4 players.
And then he's puffed out by the time he gets there, so it's easy to make a tackle on him.
It's tough.
Would you take... Who from the Manchester United team goes in the England squad for the Euros?
Cobby.
Yeah.
Harry?
Luke
Shaw.
I mean, Harry will.
What about Rashford?
Gareth loves him.
I'll still take Rashford.
The thing with Rashford is he's enough of a change from the rest of the team that you probably would take him, and he does kind of suit international football.
Different environments, different environments matter.
Luke Shaw's essential for England.
How far
is he going to be fit? I think he might not go.
I think he's only a couple of weeks away from being back to fitness.
Does that get you fit for the Euros?
Shaw, see, that's the thing. Shaw's another one that United needs to cash in on. It's been too long. He doesn't play enough games, man. He's missed like 400. What was it? What was the stat? It was like an unbelievable stat of games that he's missed. Like it's like well into the hundreds.
I get it because I mean he's had a really hard time.
Where Maguire's having to play in that man marking system.
I think Mourinho broke Luke Shaw for quite a while.
I mean, Luke Shaw, he's another one. Like Luke Shaw, he's not maybe because he's not in an attacking position. It goes over heads, but he's another one that's one season off, one season on, one season off.
He's so good when he's fit. Like he really is one of the best left backs in the league when he's fit. If he puts together a run of games, you notice the difference so much.
No, I agree.
United,
yeah.
But particularly for England, whose left back
situation
is pretty desperate at the moment. So like that's
where I take
his contribution at major tournaments has been massive. You think
for England, he's quality.
But it'll be a fitness. It'll be a fitness problem.
He's got to go. Maguire's going to go, and then obviously Cobby might start. I mean.
I would love Cobby to start. Although yesterday, obviously, my take on Saturday Social. Who's your front six, Joe?
My front six would probably be Rice, Cobby, Bellingham, Foden, Saka, Kane.
I mean, to be fair, what an unbelievable.
I think maybe Trent
six players that is.
If he wants to play him as
mine will be.
You have some mad talent in the England squad.
Yeah.
Well, you say anyone ahead of the defence, basically.
Oh yeah, mine will be Rice, Bellingham, Foden.
Yeah.
Grealish
over Palmer.
When Grealish plays like he did, that Man City result yesterday,
He gives you control. I think Grealish, one of them players, he just makes you a better team. I think he's a proper team player. He's going to make England a better team. Like he's not going to win as many games as a Marcus Rashford, but or who else have England got? Paul Palmer maybe.
Are you guys excited for the Euros?
Absolutely.
Are you feeling somewhat confident or no?
Not after the last two friendlies, I can't lie. The last two friendlies.
Were you there for the Belgium game?
I was there for Brazil.
Yeah, Brazil was that.
Yeah.
That was quite a flat result, wasn't it, in the end?
No, it just kind of like...
It was such a friendly, though. It was the sort of game where you could just tell, absolutely, it was a friendly. Like, the players didn't want to get injured. There was not a lot of running in the side. Like, it was just not the sort of thing that either team needed. The players didn't want to be there.
Yeah.
I think you could feel that. Luis Diaz is just down by the way of a little ankle injury.
It looked like one of those ones where...
Just twisted under him a bit.
Yeah, twist a bit, but also there's a bit of an impact injury.
Look at Diaz. Look at the space Diaz pulls into.
Man.
I just don't think Dalot should be back on the line there. I just do not think Dalot should be back on the line.
Dalot or...
I don't think Dalot should regress there. I think he has to press out.
There are 3 people in the way of him, and they somehow still manage to get it in.
I think as well, Onana
gets a hand on
saving it if Dalot's not on the line next to it.
I actually think that was an instruction. I think it was like,
of course,
stand around it. Once the first had to drop in, it looks like
it's shocking.
It didn't look like instinct there. It looked like he...
I mean, it should never be instinct from a set piece. You should have exact plans for what happens. If it's a second ball, you should know where you're standing. If it's a first time header, should be knowing where he's standing.
Pretty amazing, by the way, how many teams. I mean, look at what Man City did against Liverpool. How many teams this season have got set piece coaches who are coming up with these like unique plays that earn you a goal?
Arsenal,
you're the master.
Yeah, we are so good with set pieces. It's completely changed our game, I think.
Yeah,
how
it just
strong
takes the
we
pressure
are with it.
Yeah, it's another way to get goals apart from
West Ham. You beat them 6-0, and I think the first 3 goals were set pieces.
Yeah.
Then the floodgates are open, isn't it? Once you concede the first one to Arsenal, then you're in trouble. You know what I mean?
Because remember earlier on in the season when all the talk was like Arsenal can't score, we need like an out and out.
Yeah.
But also with that, I think what's interesting for Arsenal is at the Emirates they were celebrating corners like they were
There were penalties.
I think you scored like 19 set pieces. I think the league average is like 9.
That's ridiculous.
Oh, Rashi. Why didn't you go and win that ball?
Oh no!
Oh, that's actually a really good block.
United all over the place.
Face.
United are all over the place.
You don't know how to deal with the transition. Like you're really.
Why is Rashford in the left back slot?
Well, he's got to mark his man.
And then it's just, I mean, it's a nice step over by Darwin. Again, another sort of facet of the game. Nobody will mention Darwin's little bit of intelligence there to leave the ball, but I mean, it's just too easy. United has just been pony. Seriously.
I mean, we haven't done a thing since we conceded.
But after the first 20 minutes, it's just since the 20-minute mark, we just figured it out again. They've just figured us out entirely. United just do not have a plan B, cannot adapt as soon as the team adapts against us.
And yet it will be 1-1 at half time.
Oh, don't. I hope so.
Yeah?
I would be really surprised.
I hope
United haven't had a shot.
Yeah, but that's because you guys.
We haven't had a shot.
But you're
This guy's doing. This is what he's doing. Yeah, this is what the opposition fans do. Like they try and like understand. No, we haven't had a shot at Old Trafford.
Nah, you're really doing
against Liverpool.
Yeah, Liverpool don't concede a huge amount of shots.
Look. Did you just see what Bruno did?
I reckon got to play the ball out somehow, mate.
I can almost guarantee you in the.
I'll be there next year.
I can almost guarantee you.
I hope you will. I hope you and I will be there, and we'll be having a great time.
I'll be there next season.
Our teams will suck collectively. All right.
I can guarantee you, first half, Sheffield United had a shot at Anfield.
100%.
I can actually look that up if you.
Yeah, have a look because I'm sure they would have.
Yeah.
Get onto him.
I mean, Burnley with 10 men held Chelsea. Listen.
It's been.
Look at this.
Look at Casemiro there.
By the way, have you seen where the panic is coming from? It's Casemiro and Bruno.
Yeah, no, it is. United, just please put your foot on the ball for 30 seconds.
So
what is going on?
Sheffield United in the first half at Anfield against Liverpool, 3 shots.
Yeah.
2 shots on target.
They'll have 2 more than United on target. Well in, Salah.
Well in. Go on. One more.
Keep hold of the ball now.
There you go.
Now it's got to be quick.
Oh my gosh! Oh,
Bruno.
She thought it was all right.
She's giving it straight away, though.
I like the thought. It's the thought that counts.
You can't hold on to the ball for more than like 5 seconds.
I can't deal with this guy. I can't deal with him.
Liverpool
so would you sell him?
Shots.
Absolutely.
Liverpool on 14 shots.
14 shots.
These two, Casemiro and Bruno, in the first half, I need to see the pass completion rate.
I want to know who does Casemiro's eyebrows.
Me too.
I need to see the pass completion rate of these two in the first half.
Lawrence, are you happy with Liverpool's performance so far?
Obviously we're ahead. I think Liverpool should be at least 2-0 ahead in this game.
I agree.
I think if it would have been more clinical, it would be. I'd feel much more comfortable at 2-0, even though they say it's the most dangerous scoreline in football. I personally think Liverpool have suffered a lot this season for lack of finishing, and obviously poor refereeing.
Who stepped up then? Who just stepped up?
I'm pretty sure it was offside, wasn't it? Right, that was actually really good. That was good there.
Come on.
Right, keep the ball. Just for 30 seconds.
They
keep
can't.
the ball. I can't.
We should do a little. We should have a stopwatch.
Joe, we can't do 2 passes.
No.
We can't do 3 passes.
We haven't passed the ball to Joe 3 times.
You literally lose it after like 5-10 seconds.
Welcome to the life of a United fan. Now you're getting it.
No!
Now you're getting it.
That would have been such a good goal.
He was offside, I think he was offside.
Yeah, probably just, but it would have been a good goal.
On the wrong side, didn't it? But I just cannot believe United's midfield's ability to give the ball away. Yeah, he's off. But like
that's tight though, mate.
Yeah,
that's tighter than Garnacho Bruno.
It's a great save
by
Onana. Like
won't count, weirdly. Does that not count? That doesn't count as a shot then?
Here you go, Loss. Look on your app and see what Bruno and Casemiro's pass completion rate has been first.
Absolutely, mate. I'll give you a little look.
There must be.
Let me see if I can break it down player for player just here.
Joe, you stressed? You look a bit stressed.
I just Please, can we just keep the ball? 30 seconds. Put your foot on the ball. Let's just string 3 passes together. You know, just
you're asking for too much.
It's not even too much.
Look at this. Oh, please, just get Anthony. Oh, get Amadon or something.
So
like
Kobe Mainoo had
Mount,
8 out of 10 passes completed. Casemiro 23 out of 28 accurate passes.
More than a 4.
And Bruno Fernandes has had 36 touches and 16 out of 21, so roughly 75%.
No,
Goal.
no.
What a block.
Nah, that's a really great block. United's blocked today.
I
can't fault you for putting your bodies on the line.
There has got to be changes at half-time.
Premier League in 04-05, you guys would be getting absolutely lauded right now because John Terry used to do this week in, week out and everyone loved him. Look at this. Bam!
Great block.
Body on the line. I'm Cahill. I'm Terry. That's what you guys are saying.
There's got to be changes at half-time here.
Well, you've got, 30 seconds-ish?
This could be classic United.
By the way, that was 15. That was the 15th shot of the game there, by the way.
At half-time. It's
Yeah.
too many.
It's been more than that.
Well, no, because it was 14 and then 15
Really?
just there.
Wow,
yeah.
I thought you.
Maybe they'll add up and top them up over half time, but that's a poor ball there. That should have been better.
Get to half-time now at 1-0.
Yeah.
Get to half-time and get the changes rung because this stinks out there. There's no way we can continue this structure.
No, you're going to concede again if you carry on like this. At least
we're not
going
to make a half-time set sub.
Is that it?
Yeah.
Yeah, there you go. Okay,
I'm
half
sorry.
time.
All right, half-time. 1-0 to Liverpool. Should probably have been 2-0. Total domination, really. United's on the ball.
Klopp's running faster than Casemiro did in the first half.
United on the ball. This just can't continue. Cobby is just getting swamped in the midfield as everybody else tries to ping. Like, when you're like Sunday League under 10s, they say, stop trying to play the Hollywood ball.
Yep.
Stop trying to play the Hollywood ball. Keep the ball. Play it, play it, play it. All United do is try and play the Hollywood ball. Every ball is 60 yards over the top, trying to be the best pass you've ever seen in football.
And this is go on.
You just can't keep hold of the ball. You're being so sloppy. Liverpool should have been taking the chances better than they have done as well.
Totally.
Because it should be 2-3-0 maybe.
Yeah.
But I mean, for United, you're lucky it's half time now, and hopefully you can compose yourself a bit. But Joe, you said make some changes, but who are you even bringing on?
I think you try and bring on. Yeah, if I was looking down your bench earlier, I do think you have a few midfielders who would offer you a bit more control.
Has more technical ability than our starting lineup.
They certainly do. Christian Eriksen, Sofiane Amrabat, Mason Mount coming on. I think you're looking at different players who can carry the ball, keep hold of the ball.
Mount,
Anthony, if you had him, I feel like he'd be someone who can stick with the ball.
Somebody who gets hold of
the right. Sorry.
Somebody who gets hold of the ball, I think, is just like.
But we see it differently
Yeah.
than them, innit?
Yeah.
Like, what are they doing?
Well, yeah, that's so funny.
What are they doing?
I think we've just got to get some players on the pitch that can look after the ball.
Yeah.
I know that we're
Mount, Casemiro.
because we can talk about it's going to leave us vulnerable off the ball. We are already vulnerable off the ball. We are already getting sliced through at will. These players that are in the team to be off the ball demons are not doing it. So get players on the ball that can compose and pass. And you know what? Like, he hasn't been good for United this season. I would not be averse to Christian Eriksen coming into this game, who can put his foot on the ball and just move it.
The problem is, we will expose his lack of legs immediately. That's the problem. There's nothing that is allowing these guys to be maximised. You know what I mean? Like, no, I fully agree, but I just think this is my biggest issue. Like, why has, at this stage of the season, has Ten Hag maybe, listen, again, it might be a bit cowardice, but I just think at certain points, just say, do you know what? We're just going to have to revert to what we did last season. We can't keep losing like this. All right, banks of 4, deep low block, and playing on counter, because that's clearly what we're suited to. Look at the way these guys are playing. When you try and keep the ball, they can't do it.
No.
It's
so at some certain point, this is why I get onto the coaching. But honestly, like, you know how I said earlier about when you're a fan and you sometimes look like, how can you be talking about? There's certain aspects like the midfield gaps and the space between our players that you look at the coaching. But honestly, personnel-wise, Ten Hag is not telling Bruno, boot the ball off the pitch. It's impossible. He's not...
Wait, really? I'm sure that would be his managerial instruction.
Maybe there's a language barrier.
No, because he was doing it under Ollie as well, but he was getting goals and he was getting away with it. Now, that aspect of his game is gone. This guy is... Oh my! I can't.
The structure is unbelievable. Like, I just do not understand. It must be a worked-on routine that we do this sort of set the ball back, and then either Bruno or Casemiro tries to put the ball over the top with Højlund running on an angle. Like, it has to be a set routine that's being worked on the training ground, and it doesn't work. Like, every week United try to do it, and it just forfeits possession and allows immediately a team like Liverpool. You don't see the ball for another 3-4 minutes. United's lack of discipline in the midfield on the ball sense is shocking. I'd even potentially just get another body in there.
I was thinking that. If
maybe
you put
take a forward off
and
put another body in there.
I
agree United just can't. Clearly, 3 of them can't do the job in there.
Also, because
constantly giving the ball away.
You need to get some more width in the team. You definitely need to push Robertson back on this side. So you need someone who's going to pin him back. I think Anthony's a good sub for that reason. You need someone who's going to occupy him and give Liverpool a bit less out there.
So, United 0.00 xG so far, 0 shots.
That's
we're
relatively
doing
low.
a viewer poll at the moment. Is can United turn it around? Do you think United can turn this game around?
No.
Lost?
No.
I do, mainly because it's 1-0. I think they've limited Liverpool, and I also think you guys have looked like there are moments where you can get between Liverpool's players. Not necessarily saying that, you're going to pepper Liverpool's goal in the second half, but one chance, it gets you to 1-1.
Nick?
I'm going to say yes, only because I live in hope. And I want you guys to I want it to be a bit more of a goal fest as well, ideally.
Yeah.
If you get one back early.
United do tend to somehow score a goal, don't they? Out of nothing.
And what happened in the FA Cup? Big difference between this and the FA. I think Liverpool have learned a lot of lessons structurally from the way the FA Cup went. And we were definitely frustrated at Old Trafford. This one's one where they've gone, okay, we know what United are going to bring shape-wise. We know where they're going to try to take certain passes out, settle into the game. We're good.
Yeah, it feels like where are you going to get a goal from is like the slight
the counter.
issue.
I mean, Rashford will remain out there for the rest of the game. I think Garnacho definitely showed that he's got a sneaky run in him. And if you bring in someone like Eriksen, you've got another body out there who doesn't only plug up a space, but is also really good at just ping the ball out.
Yeah.
Clearly, you guys have got that game plan.
0.00.
That's mad.
It's low. It's low. I'll give you that.
That's really bad. I
mean, we haven't had a shot.
Don't know what else to say.
There's been no consistent sort of attacking structure, any sort of cohesive plan to get from point A to point B from defence to attack doesn't exist. It does not exist. It is hit it over the top, hope Rashford, hope Højlund or Garnacho run onto the back of it.
It's frustrating if you're a United fan.
But this is what I mean though, come on. Or we look at this and you guys don't think we are one of the worst coached teams in the Prem?
I think you're one of those ones where
we are one of the worst.
I think it's a mixture though.
Yeah.
I don't think it's just that. I think it's also we keep harping on about injuries, but I think that obviously does play a bit of a part. And then a confidence thing as well. You guys have been, pretty poor for this season. So at some point that is going to take its toll on the players' mentality.
It's also, I mean, let's be honest. Say Onana saves that, because it's perfectly reasonable to say that he could save that. How different do you feel if you've been peppered in the first half and you're coming back out at 0-0?
Yeah.
I feel very different.
I just can't, as a United fan, I just can't describe how frustrating it is watching this team. It's just every week.
Was it not frustrating at Anfield, though? You were still getting peppered in terms of the goal. There weren't very many out. She created maybe a few more clear-cut opportunities, but you're going to get more opportunities in this game. I don't think this is all that different to the way you've played us in previous games this season.
Yeah, but it's not necessarily a good thing, because I don't think we played well.
More of that. It's not just on Ten Hag, though, is it? That's the thing. Is Cam, I know you're on your Ten Hag little mission, the Ten Hag out, but
the large part is, though, isn't it? Here,
so negative, guys.
No, man. The thing is, I honestly, when you even listen to other journalists and stuff speak about Man United, I think there's a general frustration, how bad it is. This is so bad. This is Man United versus Liverpool, 0 chance. Huh?
Do you think this is better or worse than
the Casemiro header
Ole Gunnar Solskjaer end of reign?
I think this is the worst it's ever been, personally. Oof. I genuinely think this is the worst it's been, because I'm always said David Moyes was set up to fail. I think, the way it came,
tough. It's impossible to follow.
Everything was hard.
Yeah.
I think that
honestly, obviously, Rangnick era was just so bleak because we knew he wasn't going to be the manager. That was dark days.
Shocker, yeah.
But this season, I haven't lived through something like this, mate. My head is gone.
He was born in 2001 as well.
This season is impossible to enjoy.
Yeah,
even when
of course you can't enjoy it because you're playing.
The worst thing about it is, even when you're winning and you should be enjoying it, all I'm thinking of is they're going to lose it. They're going to capitulate. Even when we went 3-2 up against Chelsea, I thought we could capitulate. Yeah. There's not a moment of joy where you think, this is actually even Liverpool when we won in the cup. It's so short-lived because then you think, okay, next game, let's build on that. Let's take the momentum. You go to Brentford and they batter you for 90 minutes. It's it's impossible to enjoy a moment. I can't remember a
believe
moment
what I'm
enjoying
watching.
anything this season other than that Liverpool 4-3 in the cup.
Yeah.
This will be our. I mean, I'm not sure with like points and stuff, but just like as I said, like the goal difference where we are and stuff. Like this is en route to be our worst season ever in the league.
What does it mean for you in the league? Because you guys are currently 6th place, 48 points, leaving you 12 behind Aston Villa, 9 behind Spurs. I think there was that outside hope that
that's long gone.
But
that
say
when we lost to Brentford, drew against Brentford.
But say there are a few teams who would have done well in the Europa League that would have extended our Champions League positions to 5, right? Mm-hmm. And you were kind of thinking Spurs looking a little bit wobbly. Maybe you guys can catch them up. There's quite a few tricky games left for Spurs in the season, similar for you guys. Mm-hmm. But say you get one win and close the gap a little bit, you could still make Champions League. And I'm not.
What?
You'll have 5
this season.
No, you'll have 5 places to get it though, bro.
No, you're not. Then
we're just
Liverpool were 12 points adrift at one point and made that up in the last 10 games.
Yeah,
you
have.
But you had that.
You have 7 games left.
We are not Liverpool.
Yeah, no.
You need to remember that we are not Liverpool.
We're so far off it.
Just do a thought exercise.
We don't have Van Dijk. We don't have
you know what I
Salah.
mean?
We don't have Klopp. We don't have Trent. Alisson. We don't have these guys.
It's boring just to go, no, we're back.
No.
Speak it
We are
into
back.
existence.
We are.
There's nothing there. When
we
you
need to
actually
do,
stack
reality.
us up against
There's nothing
Villa,
there.
when you actually stack us up against Villa and Spurs, we are so far off that level.
Yeah.
Like Spurs' football has been inconsistent of late, but they play such a better brand of football.
Yeah.
Villa inconsistent of late. United haven't capitalised once. Haven't capitalised once.
All right, because it's half
Brentford
time.
threw away a 2-goal lead yesterday away at Brentford, or at home against Brentford actually, wasn't it? A real like elite level side here will be going. Villa have dropped points here. We can breathe down their neck. If United hadn't thrown away 5 points in 99th minute onwards, I think it would have been level on points.
So
if they won their 2 games at hand of Villa.
I've got a little exercise for half time. Let's just do how many points do United get in the rest of the season, just based on where you, as United fans, think you're going to win. And obviously an Arsenal fan can chip in if they want. Next game after this. So say Liverpool will just run this out. But we don't necessarily need to. It could be a draw, right? So you might get 1 point off that.
It's an L.
Okay, but it doesn't matter anyway. Bournemouth.
Is that home or away?
It's away.
Loss.
Oh.
It's a slugger. That's a draw.
Draw. I reckon
I'll give you a point. Okay, that's
a draw.
That should be a draw. Newcastle United at home.
That's no.
That's
They're not great this season though either.
I don't know how you can watch this. Think United are going to go
you can beat Newcastle this season. Yeah, you can beat Newcastle.
Serious games at home already this season.
You'll probably lose.
Fulham came to Old Trafford and rolled us.
Literally.
Yeah, but
Wolves,
I don't see us
game
beating
of the
Newcastle.
season should have beat us.
I don't see United
Newcastle United beat you 1-0 earlier this season.
I don't see United beating us, and they also knocked us out of Carabao.
This one's at Old Trafford, so
Did they?
they'll probably
at Old Trafford.
But
okay. Then you got the Coventry one. Obviously, no points for that in the league, but that'll tip you onto the final. Manchester United, Sheffield United at home. You probably get some points from
that.
that.
A win, but
that should.
All right, let's just be generous and say that's a win.
That'll be manic.
Win. All right, win.
Burnley at home. I think you'll roll them.
No,
win. Burnley, they're worse than Sheffield.
Okay, so you're on 7 points. That's not terrible.
They're worse than you.
Crystal Palace away.
Loss.
Oh,
I think that's a draw.
I think draw or loss. I don't think you win that.
Okay, I'm going to give you a point just to be generous here.
Yeah, you're not being very generous.
No, because what I'm trying to get to is can you even catch them points-wise here?
No.
This isn't good.
Arsenal.
Arsenal
going to eat.
Sorry, I was just making sure.
No, Cam was giving it the whole. We're gonna.
If you sell your soul, but
Arsenal
you're kind of like
losing United alive out there.
You're losing it a little bit.
No, I came into this really, really hoping that you guys could magically do something, but it's hard watching you.
This is what I mean. Welcome to the day in the life. Welcome to the day in the life.
I mean, I don't want to bait you out, but.
No, United will lose to Arsenal. This Arsenal will eat this United team alive. Honestly, physically, they will beat them. They'll beat them up at the set piece.
Okay, and then so you're saying a loss?
Final game of the season
we're
against
so much better than Man United.
Away.
Yeah,
that loss.
What's your last game of the season?
So we might lose. We might lose like 16 league games.
So between
what's going on?
Between now and the end of the season, with 7 games left, you're saying that Manchester United take 8 points, and West Ham, Newcastle United, and Chelsea.
6 of them are against Sheffield United and Burnley.
Right
at home.
Basically, you're saying you'll win those.
Let's be a bit more optimistic. Say that goes to 10.
right?
So United to 48.
That still means that Spurs, for the rest of the season,
only need 1 point.
Would need 1 point.
Because our goal difference is -2.
It'd make you 58, right? You're on 48
Yeah,
now,
58.
Yeah.
58 is a low.
Is -2.
That would be mad.
I actually set up columns to do Tottenham and Villa, but we don't need to do Tottenham and Villa.
I shouldn't even laugh.
No, but guys, seriously, if you turn this one around, then you're
lost.
No, I'm just trying to be
guys.
You're not turning this game around.
I'm not, bro.
He's gaslighting.
No, I'm not gaslighting anyone.
No, you are.
Listen, if anyone's got experience on live streams here, it's me.
Yeah.
I know we have to generate something.
No.
All right? I'm just trying to be positive, guys.
I just don't see.
Get on the gravy train.
The thing is this season is totally dusted other than the cup. Like United.
Oh, of course.
United have to win the FA Cup. Seriously, they have to win the FA Cup.
Yeah,
This season has been an unmitigated shambles.
Well, you just forget about it.
It's always darkest before the dawn.
It's not. This is what happens to every Man United manager. First season is a success. Second season, it falls apart. Happened to Jose, happened to Louis van Gaal, happened to Ole Gunnar Solskjaer.
Give them a third season, see what happens.
When the pressure, they've all had third seasons pretty much.
Yeah.
When the pressure gets turned on, nobody can go to that next level. Ollie, when he had us finishing second, could not go and compete with the Premier League when he had Varane, Sancho, Ronaldo come in. Ten Hag finished third last season, go to the next level, here's the players, drop back. Jose, go to the next level, didn't get the support, to be fair, in that summer, did he, when he finished second, but drop back. Like, this happens as a consistent path for every Man United manager.
Yeah, it's facts.
Like, it's
I want to know
true.
what changes have
It's true.
been made.
I don't think there's any changes that have been made.
Not
What
haven't seen anybody
would you have
coming out.
wanted?
Yes, I can't believe the
half
midfield
time.
structure is going to stay the exact same in this second half. If the midfield structure stays the same in the second half, is a win 3-0 Liverpool.
We'll get you some biscuits. You can
get some
down your
biscuits.
sorrows.
Come on, guys. Yeah, come on. Can we get these guys some biscuits, please?
or just anything.
And do you know what
Cheer them up.
I actually feel sorry for players like Maguire and Camboala back there who are being asked wave of attack coming after him.
Oh my God, it's magic!
Biscuits coming in.
Thank you.
Biscuit man. Thank you, Biscuit Man. Can I have a tea as well? Is that possible? Sorry.
God, you're so needy, Laurence.
He's so needy.
So different.
Right, does anyone want a biscuit? I'm going to have one.
Okay,
Apparently, we've run a half-time poll.
Yeah.
67% of people said no, United cannot come back. Ten Hag's out there doing a lap of honour.
Applauding the crowd and literally saying, watch the game, not
support them. Support them.
He needs something from this next 45 minutes, Ten Hag. I think what you're seeing is, as well, I think Inos having representation at every game in Ratcliffe and Dave Brailsford, who are taking a very hands-on approach, particularly Dave Brailsford, that they are able to watch what we're watching. Like, we can talk about numbers, we can talk about stats, we can talk about injuries and all these problems. They're watching the same football we're watching. It is diabolical. It is so bad. Head it.
Oh my.
Do you know what I mean? Nobody can watch this team and think it
needs reconstruction, man.
There's positives, really. Like,
I mean, you guys will not win this, will you? I'd love you to.
Stop doing this. I see what you guys are doing. It's really smart.
I just can't.
Oh, I don't think you'll win this. Come on, United. I don't think you'll win this one.
Well, also, if we say it enough, then maybe some miracle will happen.
Quite literally my point, but fair play.
Why is he diving in there?
Look,
I don't mind
look how slow the reactions are.
Oh, that's a bad ball there. That's not great. Yeah, see,
Right.
Liverpool.
Get after it!
Liverpool are overplaying it at this point.
That's a goal kick.
Shouldn't be this arrogant.
But I just think that United, somebody needs to,
shake them.
Honestly, that's exactly what I want to do.
I think they lose
Just in the midfield. Please, I just say, please, just lads, let's just play it like it's a five-a-side game and keep the ball for 3 minutes, please. Just even if you've got to pass backwards.
I'd love to know what.
Why do we play these Hollywood balls? We're these players act like they're all Paul Scholes.
No,
Every ball is 80 yards and floated. Get it on the deck and pass it for 30 seconds, please.
Keep the ball. Throw it.
This is a tough watch. That's a nice
touch by Cobby, man.
So I think
really nice by Mainoo.
Only one with genuine quality in the team.
There we go. Cut through straight away.
So genuinely, I think Manchester United will finish 12 points off Champions League. I don't feel.
How's that ball being played inside like that?
Great ball. It's a really good ball. That's why.
Goal.
Bang.
No.
Wow.
What
That's
block,
a great
Maguire,
block.
man.
You guys have been blocked.
Casemiro!
Who knew? Harry.
That's a great.
Look at that. Go on.
Go.
Go on.
You got to book it.
You can't out. You got to pace out
book
on a
it.
Bradley
Go down.
Rashford. Come on.
Go.
Why did you not put the ball across?
Oh, look at them. They're shouting at each other.
You guys are going to finish 12 points off the Champions League this season, and this has been your worst season in years. I think this is genuinely the dark before the dawn for Manchester United.
Oh my God! Look at Salah running through the midfield.
This is not even.
Unreal by Cam.
Again, another really good.
Cobby.
It's really
Ref, man. Camboala, Cobby, like the shining sparks for United here are like Garnacho, Cobby, Camboala. Like the under 18 boys, like there's going to be big pressure on Karen to produce, honestly, because the finances are tight.
Yeah.
And some of these senior pros have less composure than our 18-year-olds.
Yeah, they do. Like, if you watch the academy are good on the ball. Actually, I'm telling you, our best technical players are not even on the pitch.
But you're telling me you guys can't, over one decent transfer window, when you let a couple of people go, say Harry Maguire, who, has increased his value at the Euros, say someone like Scott McTominay, who obviously, won't be in the Euros, but, I think you let a couple of guys go. I think there's 15 points to make up there for this Manchester United side.
Yeah, but what about the other teams, though?
But it's very difficult for Spurs. Spurs
Oh,
had another 10 points.
Oh.
Studio, who played that ball into the midfield? Who played that 50-yard floated ball into the midfield?
Oh.
You guys are
Look at this.
really good at cutting that final ball out because you're so compressed.
He had 10 foot space around him. Put your foot on the ball.
Joe.
Okay, what
It
time
becomes laughable,
what
honestly.
time
It
is the
becomes
next
laughable.
Liverpool goal coming then?
Seriously, next time United get the ball, let's count how many passes they produce before they give the ball away.
Okay,
and I
let's do
can
it.
guarantee you it'll
shambles.
Welcome to the positive watch along, as we're calling it. If you want to see something that's a little bit more positive, slightly more neutral, shall we say, then go and get a Now Pass for the sports package. It's absolutely fantastic.
be really good, Lars.
Yeah.
Go on,
There's a shot.
cut out.
No!
I told you! I told you!
What happened? That
No,
Bruno.
Now you guys have got some.
We'll take that.
That's
We'll
insane,
take
by the
that.
way.
We'll take that.
What
That's
a
insane.
goal!
Bruno.
What
They
did I tell-
can't believe
Come
it.
on.
I told you that something weird would happen.
No, I don't know about that, but we'll take those ones. We'll take those
No,
ones.
the finish is
that goal
outrageous.
is
The finish is-
ridiculous.
the finish is-
First time to do it. First time.
Finish is outrageous.
We need
Come
to see
on.
it again. That was
Something-
magical.
What did I
Yeah.
tell you?
I thought it went wide. I was like, what? And I was
Bruno.
like, oh.
Do you know what this is? Like, even Bruno, he's even shooting 40 yards first time. I thought, just
Is
take
that-
a touch.
Is that
settle
our,
down.
Is that our first? Oh, wow.
He's made a blind
Look
pass
at
there. He's made
that.
a blind pass.
Oh,
The open
Quanta.
goal.
Got to feel
Wow.
sorry for a kid there. He's made a blind pass and really shouldn't have done that. That's really poor.
Oh.
Bruno, first time. Guys,
Oh,
From that
Amazing
angle,
finish.
from that angle, it's
Amazing
like
finish.
literally just that. Where's the goalkeeper?
Yeah, but Quanta's
right out of his box.
stitched him up, isn't it?
Let's go.
Well, it's a different
game
game now.
on!
Different game now.
oh, look how
Lawrence,
close
how
that
are you
is.
feeling?
I feel absolutely
Would that
fine.
have been a yellow? So was Aaron maybe, but
That's a
do you know what? I
crazy.
feel
goal
sorry for
them
Quanta
to
there.
concede.
That's like epitome of Premier League. That from Quanta, like one tiny error is punished to the most high extent, isn't it? It's 50 yards from goal, one sloppy pass.
But and
Okay,
also, thank you very much, mate. Appreciate that. A waterlogged pitch really
Yeah.
served you guys well there.
Yeah.
Liverpool now
Come
have to
on.
go out there and have to score another because a draw. Look, now you guys are crunching in. I told you this kind of thing changes like this.
I think.
Game
But what
on!
we've seen consistently from this United team is that when they score, whether they score or whether they concede, there'll be another goal very quickly afterwards.
Yeah, that's true. That's very true.
Within the next
See, look
5
at
minutes,
this.
there'll be another goal here. Like,
What for United?
For either way, it's gone both ways. Well,
Look.
Oh, good tackle, Cobby.
Look at Cobby having to get after him.
That's
Where's Camboala?
What's going on?
You see
aggressive.
Liverpool now though.
Be
they've got-
aggressive. Well done.
Oh, yeah, well done, Camboala. Ref,
The
well
thing that-
done, well done.
The thing that Liverpool will have been told is don't go out there and concede early on. And well,
Yeah, it's tough. But I mean,
Camboala's
it just
doing
is
this
from
to the
nothing,
fans
isn't
after
it?
everything he
Bless.
does.
but it is just like from nothing, isn't it? It's one of those classic things where it's like, you know, where's that come from? That's United's first
That
shot,
was-
in it, and it's 45 yards and it's gone in the bottom corner.
is this a turning point in Liverpool's season? What's the XG on that, by the way? Still very low XG.
United's
I feel like
XG still
it's
0.
Okay, yeah. If you lose this, what does that mean for you this
No,
season,
even
do you
if
think?
Liverpool draw this, I think it's bad. I know what it's like to be in a tight race with City, as do you.
Mhm.
A draw feels bad.
Yeah. No, Dallo.
It does. It
Look
drops
at that,
like a
though.
lot.
Look!
Come on,
Cobby.
Come on.
Pick a pass out now. Pick a pass out. Give it to Rashi.
Yeah, there you go.
They're feeling confident now.
See what I was saying? Doesn't take long to change this
Don't
kind of
shoot.
killed the angle.
Hey, they're keeping hold of the ball.
United actually being able to keep hold of the ball for 10 seconds.
Oh.
That's a corner, though, isn't it? See how things change so quickly.
Also, Garnacho's cheekbones, just mad,
Incredible.
aren't they?
Yeah, I was thinking that earlier. He does have a
Absolutely
very...
incredible.
He's not gaunt, but
He's
they're
a
very
model
high
face. He's got that
cheekbones.
model vibe, isn't it?
Yeah,
Easy cheekbones.
but kind of like an unusual...
Oh, not too far off, eh?
I mean, I feel sorry for Quanta because obviously fantastic young player, but like, can't believe that Liverpool have allowed United back into, because United have not created anything.
What did I tell you?
Like, they've just like effectively been thrown back into the game.
We got given a gift.
Yeah,
that was a gift.
Absolute gift.
I mean, it was still a gift that you had to finish with a really good finish.
Yeah, the finish was amazing.
Elite finish. Not many. I mean, a lot of obviously big players can hit the ball that far, but to hit the ball that.
How?
You've got to capitalise here, United.
United
could be ahead at this point.
How?
But then are they going to do 20 minutes?
Casemiro, I did not get a touch on that.
Oh my gosh, Casemiro, man.
If Casemiro gets a touch on that, it's 2-1 Manchester United.
Oh, how's he missed it?
I just hope that they don't only keep this up for another 17 minutes.
Joe, do you know
20 minutes in the second half and then drop off again.
I'm going to give you 3 more points.
There's another goal coming soon, either way. United.
It feels like it.
You guys would be 9 points off the champions.
Look at this.
No.
Look at this.
Yeah,
Watch this.
Get back.
Yeah, nothing.
This is what happens. This is what happens.
He's going to give the right pass.
Goal.
Yeah.
No.
There we go.
No.
Oh! Honestly, how on earth from our own corner does that happen?
So, like, they're not clinical right now.
That happened exactly the same thing as that happened.
Who gave it away?
5-on-2 or 5-on-1. Do you remember that like famous screenshot of 5-on-2 Liverpool? It's exactly that. And I think a similar sort of thing happened where they butchered it.
They did all the right things. What was Darwin Núñez doing?
That's what I'm saying, though, guys. You guys are too negative.
You feel very calm, Laurence.
Yeah, I've done this live streaming thing quite a lot.
I just think that United, even at 1-1, cannot be committing that many men forward. There has to be another man on the halfway line for it.
Don't concede again.
We will.
That was like Istanbul Başakşehir all over again.
Yeah. That come on, it wasn't that bad.
When Demba Ba just started running through us.
That's a really great tackle. That's a really good tackle.
Callis is such a player.
Why is there such a gap?
You guys are really good. Your deep play is actually really good.
Where's Casemiro?
Look, our defenders have been making some good last minute.
Yeah, I agree with that. That's the ref.
Again, the second time, man.
Yeah, the ref.
This referee.
Move out the way, honey.
This referee's ego got in the way there. Come on.
Liverpool have really allowed United back. Like, can't believe Liverpool have allowed
literally
United back into this.
Yeah.
Like, I do think it's something that like an Arsenal wouldn't do, and Arsenal or a City just wouldn't.
Yeah. That's why Klopp was going mental. That's literally why he was going mental. Not the
because the crowd, as soon as this sort of thing happens, the crowd's energy just shifts.
Because also, by the way, also, by the way, if it's 2-1 or 3-1, Liverpool still sort of go, okay, 3 goals happen.
Yeah.
How many more of those are we going to concede? Whereas now, United have got something to hang on to.
Yeah. Well, we don't play like it, though.
No.
What? You guys were just trying to get ahead in the game. Come on.
We don't play like we've got something to hang on to.
Nah, I feel like, so my maths then changes to you are now 9 points off the Champions League.
I can't believe Casemiro didn't get a touch on that ball from Rashford. The ball by Rashford was unbelievable.
It was a very good ball, yeah. Maybe just, I mean...
Get out to him.
This is going to be very frustrating, I think, as Liverpool watch for the next half hour here.
It's unlike United not to have conceded within the first 10 minutes of scoring a goal. Happens 85% of the time.
What time was the goal?
It was about 50 minutes.
Okay, so you've still got a few minutes to go.
Don't do
Famous
that.
last words.
Don't do that. Yeah, don't do that.
Well done, Cobby. Cobby's actually our most aggressive facilitator, man. Like,
he's great. He's an
underrated tackler. Sorry,
Bruno.
really good tackler. Yeah,
That's
telling
a really
you,
frustrating
ball. We
ball
need to get somebody that can keep the ball up top. I would take off Højlund, you know.
Who would you bring on, though?
Or Rash. I'll take off Højlund. Huh?
Who would you bring on, though?
I'll put Rash down the middle. Yeah, I'll bring on a Mount or something like that. Even Anthony holds it.
Oh, lovely. Great. Great tackle.
You got to pass it off easier there.
United getting a lot of bodies back in the box.
United doing a really good job of blocking that final Liverpool pass. Very similar to the Anfield. performance where they just
throwing bodies in front of the
loads in the centre, giving Liverpool a lot more width
as well. Though, like against Brentford, there was like a lot of bodies in that. I know they had a lot of touches in there, Brentford, but there's a lot of bodies in there. Because I mean, we're 57 minutes in, the score's 1-1, and like. United are just going to chuck bodies in front of the ball now.
Klopp also, by the way, knows we haven't created a lot.
Points are passing to though. I didn't even see.
No, I don't think he did either.
I also think Van Dijk. Obviously, he's that easy pass there. Yeah. If the ball's too slow,
looking in it.
Yeah, it was a blind pass. Yeah. That was kind of like it's weird. Like Gerrard used to do that a little bit, and it cost us a couple of times. I remember Thierry Henry once went onto a blind pass. So frustrating. Liverpool have had that, like, throughout their history, they've got players who have made silly blind passes.
No, what is this?
Yeah, but look, he's going to space there. That's absolutely fine.
What a touch, by the way. That is rude by Dalot. But the ball was an absolute...
How did Dalot turn that ball all the way into a move? That is mad.
The ball by Wan-Bissaka was as bad as I've ever seen a professional footballer play, honestly.
Look, you guys now going forward, pouring forward. Look at this.
This is not... This is not ending 1-1, is it?
Look how open this is, man. Look how open this is. Casemiro!
That's not
great. He's a garden gnome.
Oh, mate. Who was that there in midfield?
Bruno.
I
can't believe the room. Why did Casemiro commit? If he can't go 1v1, then don't overcommit and just hold your position.
Maguire and Kambuala haven't good.
Well done, Cam.
Might have jinxed it, but
commentator's curse.
Yeah.
Come on, guys.
Come on, Cam.
Better than this.
Oh gosh.
No.
Now you got to do better than that.
Mainoo.
Yeah, look at that. And you've got to recover that ball there. Yeah, that's really good.
Yeah,
that's really nice.
I don't know, but I think you might be right. I think Højlund potentially
should come off.
Yeah. The only thing is Rashford is putting a lot of dangerous balls in on this left-hand side of that whip.
True, yeah. Has Rashford lost his pace? Because he's looking slow these days, man.
What?
What happened?
Where's the foul there?
Yeah, soft, isn't it?
He literally kicked through to his leg.
Yeah,
ankle.
Very soft. This is
tricky. That one tricky though.
This is
tricky.
This is tough now. Where to now goes?
Yeah.
Does he shift up to try and win the game, or does
I don't see why not.
Has to. We're at home.
Wait, have you guys got a bit of hope now?
Yeah.
No, I'm not. I mean, listen.
There is hope in there now.
2-1 anyway. I predicted 2-1. I'm on course.
There is hope, but it could easily be snuffed, and I still don't feel confident in this side's ability to keep hold of the ball and move.
Yeah.
No, of course you can't be feeling confident, and against Liverpool. Obviously, you'd be mad to be feeling confident in any way, shape, or form.
Get the players on that can keep the ball. You know what I mean? So
you're not telling me he's offside there.
He is.
Oh,
how's that offside?
How are we giving the ball away from our own goal kick, from our own edge of the box free kick? Just keep hold of it, man.
I think it shows how you're trying to play, right?
Again.
Like you're basically trying to play the odds and basically, outpace Liverpool.
Yeah, it's the glory ball. People are obsessed in this team with hitting the Hollywood pass.
Is it a glory ball or is that an easy out? Like, is the out that they've been told to bypass the midfield?
I think Pep did it. They must have been told to go direct.
Good
no way. This is not a coaching.
What's that?
Choice.
That's weird, isn't it? Oh, you got to take it from the place, mate.
There's no way this isn't a coaching choice to be this direct.
100%. So. You can't blame the players for. Well, you can blame obviously the coach, but you can't blame the players for that. Where are the good ones?
I've probably eaten them all.
I think so.
Do you want a biscuit?
No.
Take your time. Look, take your time. Just keep hold of it now. There you go. Pop it around.
Nice.
Look.
Hold on to the ball.
Honestly, Casemiro there in that position.
That is so bad.
Well done, Bruno.
How did he come out with the ball?
We don't know.
But Casemiro in that position there. But he's like the most senior player in his team, Brazil captain, ex-Real Madrid, won 5 Champions Leagues, and he's putting passes through the lines like that.
Right, come on. I mean, come on, both teams.
You're buzzing.
One's a great result for Arsenal, by the way. You'd be happy.
I know, I know.
You go joint points at the top.
Yeah, but obviously.
Nice
goal difference, you're top.
Who's that?
If they lose, that would be better, please. But I mean, I'd take this. I'd take this right now, obviously.
Yeah, absolutely. If you want to watch the last half an hour of the game, by the way, they're poised very evenly. Pick the link in the top of the description or the pinned comment.
See though, you guys.
It's not, is it? It's not. It's too straight and it's too slow. The lack of pace on the pass. The ball was on. The ball was on, but the lack of quality. That's
a really good defensive tackle.
Great tackle.
Right.
That's a decent ball as well.
Go on.
Isolate him. Isolate him. Good tackle by Quance, man.
To be fair,
Quance has been really impressive, other than that one brain fart.
And even then, I don't you look at that and think that normally the pitch is a bit quicker than that.
You can't blame him too much for that.
Play quick.
And then it's also how you recover from making a mistake.
Watch Casemiro go past the ball.
Yeah, totally.
Come on, Garnacho.
Come on.
Look at the tension in the studio.
I think
it's because they now have hope.
I actually think Anthony wouldn't be the worst option soon.
I don't think so either.
That's a good ball. He's on.
No.
Oh, is he on? Oh,
Bruno.
So deep, bro. Look at Casemiro.
You don't want to get yourself into these positions.
What is happening? How has this happened?
What's going on?
But then look at that. That's nothing there.
Hurry. Well done. Yeah, but I'm sorry. What even happened? Szoboszlai picked the ball up 30 yards from his own goal and ran 80 yards.
Yeah.
He ran 80 yards.
Silly speculative shots at this point. I think Liverpool need to just get a handle on this.
Yeah, you guys need some composure now.
I think Casemiro might have taken one.
Casemiro's probably taken one, but also if you're him and you've taken one, go down.
This is a really big chance for Bruno. Let's have a look at this again. I think he runs from so deep.
I want to know what it's like at Old Trafford.
He's on by Robertson.
That's a big chance for Bruno. For a player of Bruno's quality, it's such a big chance.
Who played that ball? Really decent ball.
Salah, I think.
To be fair, it's a really hard take.
Yeah, but I think he's
on okay. Casemiro's got
Yeah, it's all right.
I don't know how that feels, guys, but
I think there needs to be substitutions too.
It's not great for us.
Rashford's
so I'm told.
injured, is he?
Is Rashford?
Rashford's going, hey, family.
I think he might be injured, Rashford. Hard to tell because we haven't got commentary or sound in the stadium, but sort of waving his arms at the dugout, so maybe.
I think you've still got people who can come on and shore up the game a little bit. Probably you'll go to a front two of Garnacho and Højlund, right?
Yeah, I don't know what we'll do. I think Mount and Anthony are the two options for me. I'd like to see Mount's energy in the midfield, to be honest with you. Like, it's a tough one where he comes on, and it's part of the reason that a lot of United fans questioned the signing in the first place. But I love Mount. I think he's such a good player. Win the foul. Well done, Rasmus. Well done, lad.
It's actually a really good play. United have done really well to get a foothold in this game.
Down?
I don't know how they've done that. Did Rashford go down again? He's injured.
Yeah.
Mount. Out this left-hand side, man.
Or you've
Anthony,
got to put Garnacho in,
yeah.
Go on, Ahmad!
Yeah.
Oh, no, I thought it was Ahmad. that buzz of excitement.
I think it was one of Anthony's best performances against Chelsea.
And he was good against...
and Liverpool. FA Cup.
He had a good game the other day as well. What's happened to Rashford?
Don't know. It looks like he's like...
Is he feeling ill or something? Is it a body? It looks like he's feeling ill.
Don't know. But I think it's another case of, like Man United's injury problems just stacking up to key first-team personnel, just dropping like flies.
Yeah, it's weird because it doesn't look like he's like knocked anything. It looks,
Harvey Elliott and Joe Gomez, it looks like, are coming on for Liverpool. Cody Akpo still sits on the bench.
Who would be your man of the match so far?
Curtis Jones. I don't mind that.
Klopp's gone aggressive. He's gone aggressive.
Who would be your man of the match so far? We're doing the poll right now in the comments.
McAllister's had a pretty...
Kambuala.
Yeah, I don't mind it. I don't mind it.
I think probably McAllister.
Look at what? McAllister? What? Nah. You guys think so, yeah?
I think their midfield's decimated ours.
Yeah, Kambuala, man. Kambuala, he's held it down back there.
Liverpool have replaced right back for right back, and then Szoboszlai for Jones. So we're basically just gone a bit more possession-based.
Who are the options?
Yeah, look, I think Rashford's just feeling ill or something.
Yeah.
I don't know, man.
Because a physio didn't even come onto the pitch.
Come on, Anthony.
If he goes down the tunnel, then we'll know.
Get hold of the ball, lad, and just keep it, please. 30 seconds. I'll pay money to see United keep the ball for 30 seconds.
How much will you pay?
Not very much. The bank account's feeling dry.
See, it's frustrating, though, for Liverpool, because the time's beginning to tick away. Obviously,
25 minutes left.
United have been really good at it's not been a low block, even. They've sort of allowed Liverpool... Look, you're playing through our lines pretty well there, you know?
It just, do you know what I mean? It just feels scratchy, though, doesn't it? Even when we're doing it.
Dallow's the type of technical level we need to get more players.
Yeah, he's the one player who can invert into that DM position.
Stop being nervous around that, because that's not a thing. Like, you're just nervous of United in possession now.
Nervous in possession.
Yeah.
Look at it.
That's why.
No, because it's unrealistic. Like, this is just
look at it, mate.
Running midfield.
I mean, that's unreal.
Look at that.
Right? That was unreal. Run away from him.
That's generally what you do.
Get at him.
Look.
Don't shoot. Nice.
Go on. Shoot!
Nice.
Hold you.
Hold you.
This guy's different gravy,
Come on!
He's different.
He's different.
I told you not
He's special. He's special. Don't talk on my young boy.
Look at Klopp.
I don't think anyone did.
Don't talk on my young boy.
Oh my God!
This is a special player.
I told you. We all agreed on that.
England star.
Absolute Kiko.
Manchester star. Stop pointing Citadel.
He's so Makeda. You're right.
So Kiko.
Come on.
No, he's better than Makeda.
That was a Makeda.
Can't be Mainoo.
Oh, look, Liverpool are shouting.
Come on.
The players are shouting.
This ain't your normal boy.
This is Kiko.
What a player.
That is some finish, by the way.
What a player.
Look at this for a
finish. The ball,
yes.
The overhead kick pass in the midfield by Casemiro, by the way.
Look at this. Watch.
This is Oh, mate.
Oh, so nice.
That's really
such
ridiculous
nice
standard.
He puts it exactly where you can't get it as a goalkeeper as well. Like, you're never going to get that as Kelleher.
What a talent. He's so good.
He didn't even really look. Does he look up?
Doesn't
no.
look. No.
Don't do it.
He knows exactly.
What a player, bruv.
It's actually quite interesting.
Oh my God, I'm so happy.
What did I tell you?
He did an interview with Sky a few weeks ago. And he was talking about, throughout his whole academy career, he was basically a striker and at number 10. So that's why when he scored that Wolves goal, he was saying that's where I'm most comfortable in around that area. And finishing like that, I mean, it's unreal, isn't it?
So good.
Mate, that is
Do you know what we have in this kid, bro?
It's crazy.
Do you know what we have?
Amazing, but
Hold
what?
That. Hold that. Listen,
don't be bringing me into your little hold that crew.
Don't worry. Listen. It doesn't matter if you think that we could have won this game. You lot need to win this one. You lot need to win this.
Don't talk too soon, though.
Can I just say one thing?
Don't talk too soon. Yeah, you're getting too excited, Cam.
Nah, it's because it was Cobby. You know when it was.
Yeah, and it was an amazing goal.
This is the definition of racing when you're winning.
You know what I'm saying?
It's like one of your own. It feels like your little child.
Different feeling.
Yeah.
I have to say, I agree with Loz though. United, the masters of capitulation.
No.
Yeah, of course you are. You're amazing at it.
Yeah, but you only sing when you win. I kind of agree.
I feel like you can't. At half time, I was genuinely being the most positive person in the room.
You were.
No, I'm good. Thank you.
No,
I'm all right.
But I mean, United at half time, the first half was diabolical. It was diabolical.
Yeah,
well,
was
the
bad?
latter part of the first half in particular, the first 20 minutes, you were right.
The only redeeming quality of the first half was that they went in 1-0 and not 3-0. Like, the fact that United are even in this game is purely down to an individual stink job. Right, but
then an amazing finish and
two amazing finishes.
Yeah,
playing your way back.
Great goals. Actually, to be fair, 2 great goals. But that's the problem. You can't write Liverpool off because you guys are so good at coming back, and you guys are terrible at conceding late on. So,
do you think this finishes now?
Oh, I don't know.
2-2?
Who said 2-2 at the start?
Come on, let's just keep going. Let's just keep going.
I said 3-2.
Get Mount on the pitch.
You said 3-2 United though, didn't you?
Yeah.
Yeah, a little bit.
What's that, man? What is that?
Surely United will feel a bit more confident now.
Get hold of the ball.
Casemiro's too far ahead of the rest of your team. He's seeing moves that aren't even on.
Old Trafford must be buzzing
right now.
Absolutely buzzing.
Yeah.
That's it, Anthony. That's it. Get him to a go. Ref will have that.
That's just a 50-50.
Yeah, well done.
Sorry, that was that call.
Definitely a 50-50.
Get him angry.
Never a foul.
That's not a foul, though.
No, never.
That's blatantly not a foul. Yeah. And
shoulder to shoulder, wasn't it?
Liverpool have got a number of referees that we don't like having. I'd say this guy's top of the list.
This is really going to be... we can't hear the stadium atmosphere, but you know
it must be so electric.
Wow, Cobby Mainoo, man. Oh my God.
What a finish.
Wow.
What a finish.
What a boy.
That's 2 United youth players who've undone Liverpool.
He's just
so... How is he 18?
He's just so clearly our best player, isn't he? Yeah. I mean, like...
The confidence as well at that age.
Pure quality that he had.
Onana!
Oh!
Yeah, you knew he's got that. Onana's definitely...
Oh! You love Onana, man, innit? You love him.
I think Onana's great.
So
I think he's massive. I think at the start of the season he was really...
I think you need big personalities to play for United, and he's like massive.
That's it! That's it, man! Do it! Oh, he bowled it! He bowled it! Yeah.
What just happened with his feet?
Take him on! Take him on! Take him on!
He'll slip him in, look.
What just happened with Casemiro's feet in the midfield when there was so much room?
Is he just stopped?
Glitched.
Let's go, boys.
Casemiro glitched in the midfield.
Over his own foot?
Oh, my God. I don't know what's happened to Liverpool here, but I don't feel like the subs have quite had the effect.
Well, so it often takes about 4 or 5 minutes for the Liverpool subs to just like find a position, especially someone like Harvey Elliott and people like that. It's actually a really good time to get at Liverpool when they initially make their subs. I think you did.
I don't know whether like it's just disjointed the shape a little bit, but it feels like we've dropped off the pace as well. I think. Yeah, I agree.
Yeah, quite a lot.
Oh my word!
That one's going to go for a goal kick. Liverpool have still got a little bit of time to play their way back in, but that's kind of the problem here.
20 minutes is plenty of time.
Yeah, but
so much time left in this game.
Liverpool actually...
Look at that stat. Most points from losing positions in the Premier League this season. Liverpool have taken 26
Mainoo.
points
Wow.
from losing positions this season. That's
bear in mind,
incredible.
I think this is why a lot of Liverpool fans initially detailed why Arsenal and City were in stronger positions, because they control games in the way that Liverpool don't control games.
Yeah.
And
Agreed.
that's a choice. That's a style choice that Klopp's made there, because we could control games a bit easier, but obviously we get the upsides.
Kambwala, deal with him.
See, that's good, that.
Kambwala's been really good, man.
Yeah, that's really good defence. To be fair, I think if Quansah hadn't made that pass, we'd probably be saying the two young centre-backs had done a pretty good job in this game.
Yeah.
Mind you, not that Quansah had an awful lot to do.
I think Quansah's really good.
I think Quansah is I'll be interested to see what his ceiling is.
Van Dijk light, isn't it?
Yeah,
Body shape.
But that just judging on body shape, yes.
The way he defends, like I remember there was an incident. That's a lovely ball by Harvey Elliott.
It's not going anywhere though.
Like there was an incident. Go on, Rasmus.
Look at that.
Go on, Rasmus.
Hold it up.
One more. Do it now. Nacho!
Oh, big chance.
Bruno, you got to get out of the way, though. You got to get out of the way there.
Big chance.
He did have to finish that there.
Yeah, I think he's got to score there, Garnacho.
Because he is
biscuits.
He's not one-on-one, but he's very close to
he does well, Højlund, to bring him into it as well.
Yeah, and that's a great
down, changes the speed, and then releases it good
at the keeper. But he's clearly
Garnacho on this.
That's a great ball.
That's a good ball.
That's actually a really good goal.
Come on, boys.
Liverpool are rocking here.
Yeah.
By the way.
It's
those subs have not worked.
No, really. Plenty of time for them to come back.
You say that.
A few legs going up front as well.
Now you're doing what we were doing.
Where is?
No, because I've always been saying I think there is elements of Liverpool which you can get at.
Kambwala, my man of the match. My man of the match.
Give a foul for that.
Why?
Yeah, I think they must have, right? Yeah,
Klopp's
furious.
Yeah, your head's gone, mate.
Klopp's rightly furious. I think he's definitely correct.
He's like, calm down.
Calm down. But I just think he's changed the shape a little bit, and the players haven't quite understood what he's wanted from them.
Oh, okay, it studs her up.
Do you know what else I think is? I think United have changed their shape at a similar time to Liverpool, and it's kind of ended up cancelling out what Liverpool are trying to do. When you bring Harvey Elliott on, then you do have a bit of different emphasis in the game. I agree. And so United have actually done a pretty decent job of negating what Liverpool want to do and the changes they make. Because Liverpool often score late because we change our shape.
Yeah.
And it throws the opposition off. Whereas if United just go now super conservative, you've got a 2-1 lead to hold on to. It doesn't matter really if we change our shape.
What do you think Cody Gakpo lost? Because I see he definitely splits opinion amongst Liverpool fans, doesn't he?
I'm quite a big fan of him.
He's a useful squad player, isn't it?
I think he's a bit more than useful, if I'm honest. I don't think you can spend that much money on him and just call him useful if you're a Liverpool fan.
He gets quite a lot of stick, doesn't he?
I think he got a lot of stick after that United game.
Yeah, he did.
Where he came on and it wasn't aimless, but there are a lot of things he did where people were just frustrated with him. Yeah, but again, it's playing right into United's hands there. Look.
Don't dive in.
No pens.
Yeah, see there, that's no good. But it played into United's hands, and that was what was frustrating for Liverpool. Whereas in the last game, Cody Gakpo comes on and scores the brace, and that made a big difference against Sheffield United. Now United can just slow this one down. I don't know. You kind of wonder if someone like Jota would be a great sub to bring on in a game like this.
Yeah.
And I'm really making sure the ball is pumped up properly there. I think it's good.
Yeah. I think it's not talked about enough, that Jota injury and how
100%
the impact,
how big that is for Liverpool. I think he starts every game pretty much for Liverpool if he's fit.
He either starts or
at least
is a nailed on sub.
Yeah, a major impact.
He's a nailed on sub.
Where's Van Dijk going?
Yeah, Van Dijk knows what he's doing in those positions. See,
where's Joe Gomez playing? Right back.
Yeah, because
he's come on for Conor Bradley.
Yeah, we bought Bradley off. Yeah.
Okay. Two players over there just overcommitting.
That's a lot of space on that side.
I think United's midfield is looking pretty tired here. 26 goals from the 76th minute onwards. Liverpool have scored.
Yeah, but that's kind of the point there. Is I think it's well and good just saying that they've scored goals.
Don't foul him.
They're not going.
Nice, well done.
Get out to him.
No.
Nearly.
I know it's a weird one,
if
but
Joe Gomez scored his first ever Liverpool goal at Man United,
Liverpool fans would love it, though, wouldn't they?
They would love it.
This is what we're talking about: deflected goals, because the volume of shots you face, things like that happen a lot.
Maguire was like, oh.
Yeah, Maguire's body language gives away a lot of his thought process out on the field. But having Maguire in the middle there has really served you guys because the crosses that we're putting up.
Maguire's been good.
It's actually mad, like his turnaround.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
You know what? He's the most mentally resolute footballer.
He must be.
He's the most mentally resolute footballer.
I think Joe Gomez is.
Respect for him and McTominay this season. Yeah. I probably would still cash in, but I've definitely respect them a lot.
His professionalism is exactly what you cannot ask for a more professional footballer than Harry Maguire. He's had to deal with so much hatred, being dropped, stripped of the captaincy. He's still. It's a great bit of play. Don't dive in. Don't dive in.
See what I mean, though? Look how compressed it is. Liverpool can't play through that. That's really difficult.
They can low block this.
Liverpool can keep the ball, but it's very different from actually getting an end result on it. See?
Keep your hands in.
Yeah, look. That's so frustrating for Liverpool now. Look, every United player is behind the ball. Look.
This is really tough. Yeah, pressure is just United getting a bit deep though. Yeah, getting deeper and deeper.
It is. That's actually all United players behind the ball.
We just need to make sure we're still offering a counter. I'd probably get like a.
They've lost that Rashford outlet a little bit as well.
A little bit,
haven't they?
But then I still think.
Would you get Mount on? Where would you get Mount on in this position?
Maybe for Garnacho, you know.
Yeah, that's actually a really good shout.
I think Garnacho is legs. He's asked to cover so much ground, isn't he? Tired.
Yeah.
But then I thought the same against Chelsea, and when we came off, I thought we actually missed him a little bit.
Yeah, we did.
Mount's ball carrying is very impressive, though.
He's much better ball retainer.
Yeah, he'll retain that ball really nicely, and that's what you need. I know Garnacho is obviously an elite finisher, and he's one of those players who sort of pops up with great things. Here's the thing: United want Liverpool to have the ball in this part of the field here, out wide. Yeah. They're very willing to give Liverpool the ball there.
They don't mind you sticking the ball in like that with.
Yeah, but you don't.
With that, Casemiro, Cassie.
No.
No. Hey!
What a chance!
This is what Salah wants to do all the time.
What a chance!
Not perform and just pop up.
What a chance, by the way. What a chance!
That's what I'm talking about.
I think Onana here has got to hold on to the ball.
There's a few times where he hasn't held on.
I think this here, there's just no way this can stumble back out of his hands. Or if it does, it has to go wide. It has to go wide of the goal, man.
Salah's got to test him there as well.
Yeah,
at least got to put it on target. I know he's tried to go high and finish it well. Onana's done really well there, by the way, to recover and make his body as big as possible.
Amrabat from Bruno.
I'm surprised. I told you Amrabat would come on.
For Bruno.
For Garnacho. Okay.
Amrabat, that's a decent.
He's trying to shore up the midfield.
That means you guys are absolutely putting bodies in the wing. Yeah, and Amrabat's full of energy. He's really good at tracking runs. He's a perfect player for this.
But if you're going to put Bruno left wing, then you might as well bring Mount on.
But maybe that's the next sub.
You know what I mean? But I know Bruno's got the match-winning ability.
I think
Onana, by the way,
he's on a
Masters 8. These goal kicks.
It's that he's from Italy. He's just Italian. He learned that in Italy, man.
Yeah.
Bro, he's actually just got a yellow card for that as well.
I just think that Amrabat coming into that midfield means that we really have zero options to break now. Højlund's legs, you're asking a lot because Anthony's not the guy who runs in behind. Obviously, Amrabat isn't coming on to run in behind. Bruno's not going to run in behind. If you concede now,
you just need to do everything you can.
You really have no options. I think that is awful by Casemiro.
I think you're putting a lot of bodies into midfield and really making it difficult for exactly where Liverpool want to play.
Where's the outlet though, Lars?
The outlet for United or the outlet for Liverpool? I don't think you guys want an outlet.
Got to have some outlet. Otherwise, we ain't going to keep this out for 10 minutes.
No, you are. I think that's the point. I think you know how frustrated Liverpool are going to get, and you've got players. You've got Anthony on now. You've got people with pace. You don't need someone who's a direct outlet. You just need someone who can keep hold of the ball, and you've got players that can do that. It's not about going down the other end and scoring. It's about going down the other end, just keeping the possession, and you've got players who are very good at that. If you bring Mount on, you've got someone else who's really good at doing that.
Yeah, maybe Mount for Mainoo. You know,
maybe
Mount for Mainoo. I know he scored his goal, but I haven't I'd like some more fresh legs out on that pitch, honestly.
Here's the frustrating thing for Liverpool, right? Even if they score one, they've still got to go and score another.
Yeah, they do have to win this game, Liverpool. A draw is not good enough for them. Yeah.
And can you see Liverpool, after this performance, scoring 2 goals in the last 10 minutes?
Yes, mate. I've seen United capitulate every single time they score.
I know what you're doing,
If United can see 1, they can see 2, bro.
Nah, that's not true. I mean, that's literally true against Chelsea, but it's just not the way it works. You're not going to concede here. You've got so many bodies deep that you just didn't against Chelsea.
Time. Was that handball? Hard to tell, wasn't it? See, this lack of pace here, players like Bruno and that, it's just now...
That's nice.
Vastly open. Don't dive in.
No.
Why did he dive in? Why on earth did he dive in?
Is it a penalty?
Why did he dive in?
Is that a penalty?
Yeah.
Is it?
Oh my God.
Why did he dive in?
To go in flipping. Oh
No,
my.
I don't know about this. Is it?
Why did
Oh,
he
yeah,
dive
looks
in?
like it is.
Literally was.
Why
Just...
did he dive
Right.
in?
Well, give us your opinion. Is this a penalty or not?
Yeah, man.
Okay,
Why
yes,
the
that's
hell did he dive in?
Stupid.
Now it's panic for the last 9 minutes.
To be fair to.
Why did he dive in?
I do think that Harvey Elliott has sold that one a little bit.
No, mate. That's
Yeah, but he's
so
given
bad.
him like a chance to sell it.
Why
Right?
do
He
you like
should have
this?
stupid.
We can't put that down to coaching.
They're all gonna go for it and go down.
You can't put that
I've got a
down to
bad
coaching.
feeling about this penalty.
No.
Game and Mo Salah's going to take it surely.
No.
Or he's giving it to
believe-
McAllister.
Well, no, we'll see.
McAllister's an unreal penalty taker,
Like,
though.
it is an absolute disgrace to go to ground in that position when you're in a low block situation.
there you
He's
go.
coming inside into more air, into more traffic. To go to ground there is.
No, Mo Salah deserves to miss.
No.
He deserves to miss.
Look me in the eye.
He deserves
I
to
actually
miss.
have a bad feeling about this penalty.
No.
He deserves to miss.
I'm pretty good on penalty feelings.
He deserves to miss. He does not deserve to get the goal, bro. He's had a
Liverpool have been the better team.
He has had a howl,
Joe.
and he is going to get away with it. And everyone's going to talk about his record against Man United.
Look how windy it is at that end of the pitch as well. Look
So
at that.
windy.
That's so windy.
Okay, wait, Lawrence, you don't have a good feeling.
I can't
don't.
believe that he went to ground there, Aaron Wan-Bissaka, man. That is just so.
Oh,
I don't
look at
care,
everyone's
bro.
faces. That's
You're in a
literally us.
position where he's coming in.
Yeah.
See what I'm saying?
Ball's moving around an awful lot. Salah's stepping up to take his.
Old Trafford's a horrible place for this.
Absolutely scoring. Bottom right. He's going bottom right.
He's going that way. You think he's going that way? He's going that way. He's going to Onana's right.
Come on, Onana.
Come on, Onana!
No.
Yes!
Ah!
Right.
Now go and get another, boys. Come on. This is a big comeback.
I cannot believe Wan.
2-2 Liverpool versus Manchester United at Old Trafford. If you want to watch these last few minutes, where is it, Joe?
Now, click the link in the top of the description. But
look at that away end. That away end is going crazy. But Klopp, get these players down that field. Put the pressure on Manchester United.
This is what happens, though. Like, you just give the game away.
Wan-Bissaka going to ground there is just
stupid.
By the way, if Onana goes the right way there.
It's a terrible.
But obviously, I think he's waited for the keeper to dive and then probably
gone so early.
Away,
I take these away. I can't eat.
I just can't believe he's gone to ground.
God's sake.
Wan-Bissaka has had a good performance. He's let himself down.
That's such a shame.
Let himself down there.
Your whole defence has actually had a really good performance.
They've been doing well. They've been doing well.
Obviously, there was that set piece, but I don't feel like you can blame that necessarily. Obviously, you can blame that on a defence, but
see, this is the issue for me now.
That's the team thing.
This is part of the problem that I was trying to articulate before, where he's now taken the outlets off, and Amrabat and Co have come on. All United can do now is batten down the hatches.
Yeah,
there
but that's
is no
the point.
outlet on the break.
But that's the point, is that you guys are happy with a win or a draw in this. Obviously, Eric Ten Hag's goal is not to limit Liverpool so they don't win the league, but limit Liverpool and you've got a counter-attack. Liverpool are going to get frustrated. I can't believe we're still seeing Liverpool. The way they're passing the ball now, Quan's like putting his foot every time it goes.
Look.
Where's
Dalot?
another one?
Why is Dalot inverted in that?
Look at that, though. That's really good defending.
Anthony!
You guys are focusing on the wrong thing.
Hold on.
You guys are focusing on the wrong things.
United can't get out of their own third of the pitch.
How much
Has
time
Højlund
have they added on?
Not sure.
Who?
Højlund had a shot, has he?
Don't think so.
Someone at the start of the game said 2-2.
Wow, man. How are we
saying
because we play like this.
Now hoping it stays 2-2. Or that I'm right and
It's
Man
just
United find a way to
right, there might even be a 3-2. Yeah, that's a really
yeah,
good point.
but it will be Liverpool's way, I think. If someone's getting a winning goal, it's Liverpool.
Every game United are involved in is a classic. They're all chaos because
you're entertaining.
There's no sort of structure. There's nothing going on. It's just total chaos.
Yeah.
People are scoring worldies. They're letting in tap-ins, giving away pens. It's constant. Don't dive in.
Don't dive in.
Oh. That's a corner.
The goal kick.
It's a goal kick. That one, to be fair.
Yeah, that Old Trafford dip has injured so many people along the years.
Why do they have that?
I have no idea.
Sir Alex got
irrigation, man. I think it's
irrigation.
Yeah, it's because the drainage is.
Yeah, sorry. Player health and safety is terrible. Well, this pitch ain't draining, mate. This pitch ain't draining on its own.
I think it is literally to do with the draining. I just can't believe he went to ground there. Oh my god.
Silly.
Silly, man.
Silly.
In retrospect, it did look a little unusual.
He panicked.
It didn't. That's all he does.
Flipping scrap.
Why was he on that side?
He's playing left back today, isn't he?
Yeah, but why is he on that side? Like, why isn't there anyone else that you have out there? Is what I mean. Like, surely there's someone in the team.
Shaw and Malacia are
No,
both out
there's
for the
literally
season.
no.
Surely, even if you said to Amrabat, you tell me Amrabat's not a starting left back.
He's done it to be fair.
Yeah.
You'd rather have Wan-Bissaka, honestly.
I mean, against Mo Salah, I'd rather Wan-Bissaka.
Drop it in there and then play out the press. Well done.
See, look at that.
Good job.
Come on.
Oh, no.
Wow, he pressed him. Wow, that was a proper.
That's what the press does.
Are you okay, Joe?
I think that's the other thing that most people don't appreciate about Cody Gakpo is his press is also really good. So because he's massive, he's got a massive shadow to go cast on the opposition. So when you are trying to win the ball back, he's a big body to put pressure on them.
Don't foul him.
Don't foul him.
You foul him. You've literally got your hands all over him, Maguire, man.
Careful.
Luis Diaz.
Yeah.
Fiery little guy. I love him. Fiery little guy.
Harry's, to be fair, competitive. It's so competitive. I love it.
This Liverpool team have real contempt for this Manchester United team as well.
Yeah.
They really don't like them.
Don't worry, man. One day we're going to get our lick back. Get our lick back, man.
Eventually.
But it's like sitting in a room with someone who has got two different personalities.
Look at this.
1 minute is literally like, this is the best thing I've ever seen.
Fine, take your time.
You're like, this is the worst thing I've ever seen.
Amrabat. We're awful.
Literally, I'm not even joking.
I hate Man United.
Amrabat brought onto the pitch to keep hold of the ball and progress it.
See, look at that.
Now, find someone.
Oh, that's nice. Do the pass.
No.
That's actually really
red.
Yeah.
Yellow card.
Oh, okay, how long's going to be added on? We've got 2
Mm,
minutes of normal
I
time.
think there's going to be a decent chunk of added time.
I'm going to say
5 or 6
5.
minutes, yeah.
yeah, 5 or 6.
It's been, 3 goals in this half?
Yeah, Rash was down as well, wasn't it?
Rashford was injured.
3 goals and a half. Rashford
7.
injured. There was that bit with Diaz.
7 minutes. 7 minutes.
6?
7.
Jones hasn't made the change that I thought he might make when he came on. Normally Jones gets a bit more ball time. Maybe it's because his hair doesn't look as fluffy to me.
The rain's taken it out of him.
The perm is really not kicking on.
What is that?
The perm's not perming.
Win.
Oh, fluffy.
Win.
Oh, my God.
That's nice.
Any chance for the second ball?
Maguire's going to win the first. Where is... If people got to get next to him.
Right.
Nice on Mount.
Come
Win
on.
that. Well done.
Man United.
That's actually a really...
Look at this.
No!
Oh, my God.
No!
Bruno,
Well done, Bruno.
That's really, really good. That's
Such
great
a good
defending
play,
there for
Bruno,
Manchester United,
man.
you know.
It wasn't up to that point, though. One pass split the entire team over.
Yeah, but that's the way it's going to be. Like, you guys are trying to play on the counter and we're trying to play on the counter. It's basically 2 counter punches at this point, and we're going to be on...
Unbelievable,
Oh, this is
man.
stressful.
You think it's stressful for you? It's not even points in the bag for you, bro. Like,
This is a great result for Arsenal. Isn't it?
Yeah, but...
And for City, bear in mind.
Yeah.
Because dropping points against anyone is like a...
I honestly think it doesn't change anything for anyone. Like,
I think it changes bro, it absolutely
does.
Any points dropped in this.
No, but it does, yeah. It's so close now, Cam.
It's level
puts
points,
more
right?
pressure.
Points.
Yeah, but it puts more pressure. But it puts more pressure on Liverpool in future games. Much more comfortable.
Get out to him. Get tight. Play tight.
Yeah,
Don't leave him in the box.
Play tight, but don't get too tight.
Oh!
Well
done.
get it out!
What is that?
Insane.
What is that clearance by Casemiro?
That was... Casemiro in this game.
What was that
Corner.
clearance by Casemiro?
I can't believe we've wasted that Kobe Mainoo.
You've not wasted it.
Right, how long?
Yeah.
7.
There you go.
7 added minutes.
Spot on. That required
7 minutes of torture.
I can't believe.
United here doing a very good time-wasting job.
What point don't really suit us?
Yeah, you would take...
You're sitting in no man's land. This suits you perfectly.
It doesn't, man. The point don't suit United.
You.
I mean, I don't know what we're playing for.
Guys, I'm not kidding, but earlier you two were both
thinking as if
you were going to get...
No, hold on.
But ego.
Point doesn't really suit us.
No, I don't know what we're playing for, but
Ego,
I just want to
pride.
beat Liverpool. You know what I mean? I just want to beat Liverpool. That's it.
You're playing for not being terrible and embarrassing yourselves.
The thing is, we'll do this and then Bournemouth... You just never know what United is going to turn up. You know what I mean?
Be absolutely real. United have not played well.
No,
They've
we haven't.
Had 2 good like 2 bits of genius. One from Bruno and one from Kobe.
Yeah,
Kobe Mainoo's goal is not goal of the month, but it's up there. It's very similar to the Kevin De Bruyne finish.
Yeah.
Kevin De Bruyne was slightly more angled.
But about a 10-minute period after that where we didn't capitalise and score again.
I agree. You had us on the ropes there.
And then since then, it's just been Liverpool endless traffic.
I mean, you say that, but... Yeah.
Who had that chance? Was it Casemiro that had a chance?
Yeah, the one on the foot.
Yeah,
Do not lose that.
And Maguire and Camboire have been really good, man.
Yeah?
Who's that?
Considering, have they played together at all
No,
this season?
Probably
No.
not,
That's not each other.
It's their first one.
Fair.
Yeah.
Wow.
No.
Oh wow, that's past it, isn't it?
That is some play acting
this
right
guy
there.
plays through injury.
Yeah.
Seriously.
Is it
He's
his
done
hand? His wrist.
Harry Maguire will go. You know, in the future, there are going to be little TikToks about Harry Maguire being like one of the toughest guys in football history.
He never gets injured, bro. He literally plays through injury. Like at one stage, he played like with such a badly damaged ankle for United. Remember in the run-up to that Europa League final, his injury was like a disaster for us.
I think there were a lot more players play through injury than we know about.
Definitely.
And I often think Harry Maguire's got a little PR team that want people to know how hard Harry Maguire is trying.
No, man.
I'm not saying he's not playing through injury, but I'm just saying I think a lot of people do.
Well done, Rasmus. Be strong.
That's nice.
There's no one in the box. There's no one in the box. You had to try something.
Well done, Aaron.
Foul him. Somebody bring him down. Bring him down. Thank you, Mason Mount.
Well done, Mount.
Thank you.
That's actually a really that's a really good professional foul there. Mount's been
he
brought
ran
into
like
that.
10, 15 metres up the pitch without being brought down.
Yeah, but what you want to do is just about in the right place, bring him down. You don't want to foul him in a ridiculous
It's unbelievable that he was like, I thought nobody was going to bring him down there.
Mm-hmm.
We've done that before.
Wan-Bissaka's asleep.
Naive.
Mount, well done, Mount.
Mount's actually been really good.
Yeah, Christ.
No, giving it away.
Wan-Bissaka's head's spinning.
Since that pen.
Run.
Come on, guys, you got to do something.
This could be another dagger to United.
Oh my God,
I can just feel it.
I don't know. I feel like this one just finishes like this now.
I wouldn't be surprised if you guys concede.
Not a third dagger in a week, surely. Not a 99th, 110th, 111th. Not another 90.
It'll be like 96 minutes and 45 seconds that you concede.
Another dagger.
Nah.
No! Oh my God!
That was the opportunity. That was the opportunity. That was the chance.
Oh my gosh!
That was the chance.
Diaz. Oh.
How are they beefing over?
How does it come back in there? How does the ball get back into the box there?
Oh, you definitely know what he just said there as well. That's what I love about it. I can actually hear
him and Dallo.
Anthony's on mute. I can absolutely hear him on it.
That's just never a foul.
Oh, it's because he thinks he's kicked him in the back of the head.
Oh, what a big chance, though.
That is a
Luis Diaz.
Huge
got something on that.
VAR. No, too late.
Never a foul, man.
Luis Diaz has got to score that there.
Yeah, I think so as well.
That's got to go in the roof of the net. It's got to be in.
He had a game where, as well, Luis Diaz, didn't he? Like, I can't remember who was it against. It wasn't against United, was it? Where he missed like a host of massive opportunities.
City was not great.
Was it City?
Yeah, City was pretty bad.
3 minutes.
3 minutes for Liverpool. 3 minutes for United to hang on. Or obviously counter attack. And 3 minutes for Liverpool to.
United won't get one.
Really poor ball.
We haven't put together a counter attack since making them subs. Seriously. Mount, that's quality, man.
Let's go, Anthony. Did I just tell you?
Surely not. No, it can't be. It can't.
Pass it.
Come on, boys. Come on, bit of quality.
No.
Zero quality. When it mattered, the runs were terrible off him, to be fair, but the quality was zero.
Harvey Elliott, great ball there.
The runs off him were so bad. That was a chance for United.
But you know that Liverpool can get a last-minute goal, and we know that you can concede a last-minute goal so easily.
I don't know if the way that... I mean, I feel like you can't concede like a few in a week.
Yeah,
well...
Cole Palmer sort of...
We're not going...
Surely not. But...
this would be the record for the most amount of points thrown away in the 90th minute. And
this would be bad.
99th, 101st and 102nd so far this week. Could we have another 97th?
Cole Palmer has absolutely taken all of Liverpool's last-minute luck in those... 2 opportunities.
Yeah.
Oh, I don't know. I've seen crazier things, guys, as well.
You have to be honest.
And we're back. Get back in shape.
Come on.
Come on, Liverpool.
There's 4 United players past the ball.
That is such a poor
wow.
ball.
Who's that?
Diaz again.
Gomez trying to slip balls in like that.
Made most of that chance.
That's not that ball, though, is it?
Who was that? Gomez?
Yeah.
Where's he going? Oh my God, I can't do when he does stuff like that. Maybe it's because I'm just so not used to it with De Gea.
See though, where's that going?
Control that, Maguire.
He's been good today. I think Harry Maguire's been good today. Him and Camboala have been good today. They've really had to face up against some pressure.
Joe Gomez looks a little bit frustrated at this point.
Well done, Harry.
That's a foul.
Play on. No, get up, man.
Turn.
Go on.
Get somebody going.
Go on.
Go on. Again.
No.
Counter.
A remake of the FA Cup, nearly.
You should have gave it to Mason Mount, you know.
I don't know. The ball was decent enough, wasn't it?
One last chance.
Well done, Anthony.
Go on. Well done. Let's go, boys. It's the last minute.
Go on, Amrabat. Get in the box.
Flop the box.
Amrabat, are you kidding me?
That is poor.
This is.
Bring him down. He's got to come down.
No.
You want a booking?
No, surely not.
Too late to foul. No,
I can't.
Too late to foul now.
Oh my God, that was an awful tackle.
Oh my
man.
gosh.
No, I don't know. Is that Casemiro
What?
off?
Wait, hold on a second.
Casemiro.
Is that Casemiro off?
Why did he do that?
No, it's just a yellow.
Why did he do that? What? But I thought he got the ball.
No, but if you're gonna let him go past
Absolute
you,
lunge, bro.
Oh,
what is he doing?
I'm sorry. That's why I said, is he off?
A red card.
He went for the ankle.
What is he doing,
he's
man?
not going for the ball.
He's mad, man.
By the way, why did Amrabat play that ball
I
backwards
don't
in
know.
that corner?
I have no idea.
That's instructions.
This guy's got a screw loose, man.
Why did he dive in like that?
Like in the 97th minute, you just did that.
This is going to be a goal there as well.
Our most experienced player in the 97th minute just did that. I can't believe what I'm watching.
Yeah, but what's he been like all game, Casemiro?
Yeah, but I mean,
are you that surprised?
I'm not even.
No.
Oh my gosh.
No.
Yeah, there you go. That's it. That's the end, I think. That's the end.
Oh my God.
I think we've just.
There we go.
Yeah,
yes!
I mean, it's not something to celebrate, but listen.
I think for you guys it is.
I am buzzing.
Derailing you guys in any way feels nice.
Yeah, it does. But I have to say that
it feels nice.
Yeah.
Overall,
horror again, innit? But
but you'll take a point.
We'll take it. We'll take the point.
Take it. Kobe Mainoo screamer. Bruno.
So
screamer.
Klopp only ended up beating Ten Hag once in the 2 years of being there.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, but it was 7-0, wasn't it?
You can see Liverpool's reaction.
Yeah.
There. Liverpool's reaction. They look dejected, but I think that's also because they know this game was there for the taking.
Who would you give man of the match to?
100%.
Who was your man of the match?
I still think McAllister's had a very decent game throughout. I can't see many feet that he's put wrong. I don't think Mo Salah had a great game.
No.
I don't think that Nunez had a great game. I don't think Diaz had a particularly good game. Harvey Elliott came on and made a big difference, not for long enough.
I think Camboala's a legitimate shout, man.
Full
debut.
I think Harry Maguire was probably a little bit better. But I'm considering that this guy from Carrington against Liverpool. Maybe I'm adding narrative to it.
No, I don't think so.
I'm gonna give it to Camboala, but Maguire was probably the best.
I still cannot believe that he dived in like that.
I can't believe it.
Yeah, that was so. It's just silly, so silly.
Yeah.
Really frustrating from a Liverpool fan's perspective. Because obviously
Liverpool had that game won. If they had taken the chance in the first half, the game should have been over by half time.
And obviously
3-0 at half time.
Really hard.
It's going
to be really harsh to obviously for Jarell Quansah. I see Liverpool are going to take this as, we'll move on to the next game, but you can see their level on points. That's where
look at that.
That is where goal difference makes a big difference. It's now weirdly in Arsenal's hands.
Well, definitely with a 9 goal swing. It's massive.
Yeah, I know, but then that's stressful. That makes me stressed.
Yeah, Liverpool and Man City have more favourable fixtures than Arsenal. But listen, don't panic too much. Arsenal still got to come here too.
Oh, terrifying!
Now you can switch up. Now you can go and put your Arsenal.
I'm not joking.
On, you know what I mean?
The definition of the only thing when you're winning is kind of insane for me in this. Literally earlier, you guys gave them no opportunity to get any of those points. I actually said to you, Joe, at half-time, I said to Joe, I'll add a point on here because I think you guys...
But let's have it absolutely right. There's no way Arsenal come to Old Trafford and lose their structure and stuff like Liverpool did there. Like Arsenal... Totally different team to that Liverpool side who can have these weird moments of total lack of discipline and structure. Like there was a 10-minute period after United scored where Liverpool were like on the ropes. Like that, I don't see that happening. Arsenal out.
Agreed.
I also think Manchester United have got that's one of their tactics. Obviously, is to play into this havoc immediately after they score or to try to get these kind of goals. Liverpool played into United's hands today. They could have controlled that game way more. They could have done more in this game. And Luis Diaz has had some gilt-edged chances. Salah had some gilt-edged chances. I think Nunez had a relatively quiet game, though I know that's his false 9 position. Harvey Elliott made a big difference when he came on.
Yeah.
Harvey Elliott as a facilitator was massive.
I like Harvey.
There was a period there, wasn't there, where those changes, I think Liverpool just lost a little bit of shape and structure, and like United just immediately capitalised on it.
That happens every game, to be honest. Like every game, Klopp makes some changes and Liverpool structure changes. Obviously, it's a freak goal there from
Kobe,
but Kobe actually scored the goal of the game.
I can't believe he dived in like that, Aaron Wan-Bissaka. Do you know what, though? I don't think United deserved to win the game. I think if you look at that first 45 and the way the game played out, I don't think United deserved to win that game. What you can say, though, is United, from leading positions, have thrown away 7 points in a week from the 85th minute onwards. Like, it's criminal.
Crazy.
Absolutely criminal. What do we think that means for the title race, then? Who becomes favourite now? Arsenal?
I think you've got to make
surely, right?
I don't.
In form?
I'm not changing. I still think it's... I think Arsenal are, as I said, I think Arsenal are the best team at the moment. But I mean, there's not much change. Old Trafford's a hard place to go. They're still joint points. I look at Liverpool's fixtures, and I think Liverpool can still do it. But I'm not gonna lie, like it's changing every single week. I'll be honest, right? But once I didn't realize how not easy, but on paper how favourable City's fixtures are. I never realised it. City, I genuinely think, can win every game. And I think if they win every game...
Can anyway. We've seen what they're like at this time of
Although they do have a bit of a problem at Tottenham Stadium. I know they've won most recently there.
That's the one.
That's like their only victory there, isn't it? And that's second to last game of the season. I just think that Arsenal...
City, by the way, also have... Obviously, the Champions League is also a complicated factor. Both Arsenal and Manchester City.
And you,
Arsenal have...
Europa League.
I know people will laugh at it.
One, but I think Liverpool will definitely jettison a Europa League win if it's like, cool, we need to stay in this league. I just think they will have thought they would have come and won.
My thing with Arsenal, unbelievable, but I think they're playing teams that will genuinely take pride in trying to hold them from winning the league. You got Chelsea. I know we laugh at Chelsea a lot, but Chelsea have made every big game difficult for all the big teams. You got United away and you got Spurs away. All three of them teams are your rivals. They will absolutely buzz to get some points off you guys. So that's why I'm a bit like, I don't know. You got Villa as well? Villa? Wolves away.
Villa one more time.
I think got Villa. I got Wolves away.
This is City.
Got Villa at home in the week. You got Villa at home.
Yeah. Oh yeah, I'm working that.
City have got Real Madrid twice. Obviously, I think that's exhausting.
Bayern though. Arsenal got Bayern twice.
But potentially City also play Arsenal twice more this season.
I know.
No.
And I'm hoping that doesn't happen.
Why?
I don't like their fixtures. Very boring for me. I would love to see a Real
Sunday
Madrid
was so boring.
or whatever.
It's just more exciting or more different, isn't it?
See us. Do you know what? I've always always in the Champions League, I've always loved all English ties. But I don't want to see these two, not these two.
I agree.
If it was like Liverpool and City or whatever, but not Arsenal, City.
I feel like City still have some difficult fixtures in there, though. Obviously, they've still got the FA Cup, but they've also got, obviously, Luton at home. You'd say they should get points there. Like you said, Spurs away, Brighton away, Fulham away, West Ham at home. I see like a draw in there somewhere.
Oh, maybe, but they are so strong at this
Fulham.
time.
Although I have to say, like against Crystal Palace, City, I thought were a little bit vulnerable in the first half.
Like they totally counter-attacked.
Yeah, there was like a few moments that were very un-City-like, and then obviously second half, like KDB and stuff set up. But
you know what I love about this goal, about Mainoo. Look how he was calling for it. Give me the ball, give me the ball. You're gonna see it like, give it. He knew what he wanted to do. Look at that.
What a turn and what a finish. Gosh. That's like real quality as well.
I mean, it's just outrageous.
We need more players on this level.
To be finishing like that at that age is amazing.
As a centre mid, like the thing is, his technique has never been in question, has it? Like his on the ball ability is just frightening. The fact that the rest of our midfield isn't up to that standard and he's only 18 is like this one. I mean, we're watching the highlights now. What happened? Get your now pass, by the way, because you'll be able to watch the Tottenham game as well. But oh my,
Wan-Bissaka, that was so unnecessary.
Wasn't it?
It was so
unnecessary. Gives it to him big time as well. That's just so poor.
The thing is,
he's entering traffic. You're trying to show him insight into that traffic area.
Kobbie Mainoo's goal, by the way, came immediately after Liverpool. There is where he touched him. But I feel like you could. I told you.
You know what's interesting about that? Yeah, Wan-Bissaka, that wasn't even like your slide tackle that he normally does. He was actually just trying to poke the ball away there. Usually he like sweeps you. Like this time he was just trying to poke it. Just poor reading of it, you know what I mean, of the situation.
Not good penalty.
Kobbie Mainoo's goal, by the way, came immediately, like 1 minute after Liverpool made both their subs. So Curtis Jones and Joe Gomez come in, Szoboszlai and Bradley, both on that side.
And not a coincidence. And there was for like a 5 to 10 minute period after the Kobbie goal, there was like the Rashford ball that got whipped across for Casemiro to try and do something with it. But
then Liverpool came back in.
And then Liverpool just grew back into the game. And I think what you saw was United, when they got to about 80 minutes, the forwards just running out of steam. Like they don't have the ability to just stretch teams in behind, because United's entire game plan is predicated purely on counter-attacking football from players like Rashford. He had to come off injured. Garnacho's legs effectively go at about 80, don't they? Højlund looked really tired. I think that United, look shattered at the end of every game they play. They really do, because they can't. There's no control in the game. They're just chasing constantly.
Do you know what's frustrating from a game management perspective for Liverpool though is they obviously brought in Curtis Jones and Joe Gomez, but immediately after the Kobe Mainoo goal, they bring on Gakpo and Elliott. Yeah. If those subs have been made the opposite way around, you've got to make a case for Liverpool's right side just being a little bit more sure, and those players not being out of position makes a big difference.
Yeah.
Do you think United deserve to draw?
No. I mean, I would say
I do. What?
I think Liverpool had had a lot of chances, though. You know what I mean? Like, so the fact that we made it difficult, the fact that we competed, I'm happy. So I would say it deserves. I wouldn't say we deserve to win or anything. And we did have breaks where I think it's not going to be on the chance sheet. It's not going to be on the chance sheet, but those should have been chances. So I would say that, like, look, a draw, I think Liverpool will be disappointed not to win. But I think a draw, I'm happy with it. You know what I mean? But did we deserve it after the first half? And I think Salah missed a few chances as well.
Yeah, they missed
But
chances
you were
in the
much
first
better
half.
in the second half. I think the draw is fair.
The goal,
The
error from Quansah totally changed the entire game.
Liverpool lost their heads a little bit.
Yeah, totally changed.
You've got to feel bad for Quansah.
Up to that point, United were nowhere. Yeah. Absolutely nowhere. Weren't putting together any attacks. At half time, they had a shot. They're getting dominated on the ball. Quansah makes a slight error, and at this level, like, you are just punished to the absolute. And from that moment, United had a 20-minute spell.
There's the error. We're just
they had a 20-minute spell, didn't they, United, of sudden motivation.
You've got to say, though...
momentum is just so big in the Premier League, isn't it?
If Liverpool are another goal ahead... You just chalk that goal up as, don't worry about it, bro. It's all right. Whereas that was so key in terms of momentum.
The finish is great, by the way.
Really great finish. Goalkeeper gets closer to it than I think he should.
Yeah. Is he outside his area?
Massive.
He thought Quansah was going to pass it.
Would have been a red card.
If Quansah passes it to the goalkeeper...
Yeah.
But
he thought he was going to pass it to him.
If he saves it, I think it's a red card.
I think he's just back in... He's trying to get just back on his 18-yard line.
Very close. But after that goal went in, like... The momentum shift is just monumental. And, like, I don't know whether Arsenal or City allow a momentum shift like that to happen in the game. Like, I think even...
Totally agree.
If they concede a goal, they're so settled in possession, those two teams, that they can just ride out storms.
Yeah.
Last season, last season, we absolutely Arsenal would have just lost it, I think.
Yeah.
But right now, it feels like, I don't know.
A missed opportunity for Liverpool, maybe? Loz?
I mean, I 100% agree. Yeah, of course it's a missed opportunity. Liverpool should be beating this United side. The Liverpool United fixture with the history and everything else, everyone talks about form going out the window. Liverpool should be beating this Manchester United side very convincingly. But I think we kind of saw it in the FA Cup. I had that feeling there would be a draw today. The start of the game, I said it would be 2-2. I thought United would create exactly these kind of chances where it's like they create something out of nothing, but there's real quality in the team.
They always manage to do that, don't they? They always manage to, like, even though they're playing badly, somebody just, like, scores a well.
Yeah. I genuinely think, like, maybe I might be wrong, but I don't think it makes that much difference to the title race. I just think it's...
Mate, of course it does. Liverpool now don't have the advantage.
It's still...
You don't think 2 points
but there was always still one result away.
How many points do you think City drop across the course of the
season? No, but what I'm saying,
Arsenal don't drop one.
It was always one result away from the... It's always been one result away from the table turning. It was only 2 points ahead. So if you drew again in a later time or lost, you're way behind Arsenal on goal difference as well. So you were never going to be... I'm coming from, like, if you drop points, you're always going to
because the title's out of their hands now. But the title's out of their hands. It was in their hands.
It was in Liverpool's hands.
It was in their hands, Liverpool.
Can you see Arsenal dropping more points?
I think the objective remains the same for every team. Just win every game. But
that was the problem. The objective in this game was to win this game. And that's kind of the point.
Okay.
And Joe's point is a really good point. I think a lot of people don't acknowledge this. The order you play teams in the season is so key. You can play people at times of form or not. But Arsenal coming here is going to be so different to the way that Liverpool just played them.
Do you know what's quite mad?
Hasn't thingy been
we just did a
Spurs
second to last game.
We
just did for City. City's the second to last game.
Yeah,
Spurs. Okay. We just did a fan poll then. 56% of the viewers think Arsenal win the league.
Yeah, there you go.
Massive.
22% think Liverpool.
Guys,
22%.
I can't.
But do you know what's crazy though? Just the other day.
That's crazy.
Just the other day, maybe it was Sky Bet. I don't know who did it, but it was a poll, and it was Opta, and it was 18% chance for Arsenal to win the title. So
what from a poll?
Not from a poll. From
the
supercomputer.
So honestly, it changes per week. If Arsenal drop points at Wolves, just a draw. everyone's going to start running the old narrative of, it's that time of the season.
But it will now. That when there are so few, but there are so few fixtures left.
Points against these small teams.
I don't think they won't. I don't think they will. I don't think they will.
No, not now. I think we've got this confidence that we didn't have at the end of the title race last season, where I think that they genuinely believe that they can do it.
Yeah. Honestly, them City fixtures, I think people are sleeping on that though, man. Because they're the ones because they're the ones that
Spurs. Every other fixture's a breeze for them.
That's what I'm saying. Like,
but Spurs have such a say in this title, man. Arsenal, they play Liverpool, and they play.
It's funny. I think they have the most chance against City, you know, because City got a tough record at White.
So do Arsenal. Yeah. Arsenal never win there, did they?
Liverpool. I think Arsenal won their last. Arsenal win their last.
We don't have the best record there, no. But I'd back
Spurs have got to go to Liverpool.
Now you're bringing up Spurs, by the way, though. Liverpool have got a score to settle with Spurs because earlier on in the season, Liverpool will see that as a few points dropped when there was that Luis Diaz goal that was wrongly taken as offside. And the same will go in the Arsenal result. Liverpool have been hard done by in quite a few of these games with big game-changing decisions, which means that in games like this, it puts a lot more pressure on them. Poor officiating has done a lot to contribute to some of the issues this season, especially for Liverpool and Arsenal.
Yeah, I think Liverpool will want revenge big time against Tottenham.
Massively, yeah.
Because that was I think we forget how big of a talking point that actually was.
It was incredibly, it was a completely legitimate goal that was, and it's not as if, by the way, it was like they said, actually it might be offside post-game. In the game, when you listen to that, listen to the comms, they literally say...
I'm looking at Mainoo.
Right.
I'm in love.
The other thing I love about Kobbie, by the way, I think he seems like a really grounded individual.
So mature, man.
Do you know what he does look like, though? He looks like someone who was generated on, remember the FIFA story a couple of years ago? He looks like a player that's been generated. He's just such a perfect player for that.
What a ridiculous level of talent for an 18-year-old.
And what a player to take to the Euros with us. Whether he starts or whether he comes off the bench.
I'm telling you, it just hits so different when it's from your academy, innit?
Yeah, it does. I don't know why.
Yeah, it feels like it's your little baby.
Honestly, it hits so different.
Nick, what's your perspective from an Arsenal fan? How are you feeling now, back at? You must be very happy.
I'm buzzing, but then equally, literally last season, I had the date of the victory parade in my diary. But because I work for the club, right? So I had to kind of, because clubs have to have these conversations early on because they need to block out streets and speak to the council and everything, So I had to, and things were obviously looking so good at the time. So I had it in.
Favour and put it in again.
No, I haven't. I don't know when it is. I was planning my outfit in my head. What am I going to be wearing on the victory parade bus with all the players? Literally going to sleep thinking about it. And then it was so devastating when obviously it didn't happen and you could see and be part of the downward spiral towards the end of the season. So right now, I went into this season expecting not to be at this point and be in the title race at all. So now I don't even know how to feel because it's going better than I expected. And like we're all saying, we are playing really good football. We look so solid. So I'm kind of excited but nervous. I'm apprehensive because like we're all saying, it takes one game, one result, one draw. And Villa even this weekend, you don't know how that's going to go. And then suddenly the narrative spins again. It's stressful.
It spins.
I know I should be loving it and excited because it could be an amazing next however many weeks. But it's terrifying.
Well, that's what a title race is, isn't it?
Would you prefer to be a chaser or in the position Arsenal are now, where you are top of the league in the pack?
Well, it didn't work out well for us last season. We were top of the league.
I always prefer to be a chaser.
Yeah,
you would.
Unless I'm like a City who have been there, done that, I wouldn't mind front running because they're used to it. But you would generally like to be the chaser, innit?
Slightly off.
But
who do you want to be chasing?
No. You're just saying, would you rather be a chaser in the title race or would you want to front run?
100%. But that's what I'm saying. Yeah. Who are you wanting to chase in this title race?
No one's
it's basically it's all the same, really, up there.
That's what I'm saying. So actually, is it more demoralising being the chaser?
Yeah.
Because if you look at City, I mean, obviously everyone was watching the.
I think City are in the best position. They're just sitting back, letting everybody talk about Arsenal.
Yeah. They're going more under the radar.
Just kind of.
Yeah,
we'll do us.
I'll be honest. I don't think City are sitting back. I don't think it's the other way. I just think City don't get clicks online. No one really talks about them. It's not really an interesting. It's not really an interesting style of football to speak about. So a lot of people aren't getting headlines. Liverpool and Arsenal fans click things and go and watch videos. And that's why a lot of people are talking about it. City have got just the same chance whether we talk about them or not. They're not sitting back and being quiet. They're still putting the press out. Let's just be honest about this. No one's interested.
And they've done it so many times.
No, it's true. Let's be real about Man City here. I think, even when City won the league last season, we were all trying to do videos about it. We're all trying to make content about it. No one was clicking it because everyone just go, and no, I'm not being harsh. It's true. People don't care that Man City. If you're
their fans do though, don't they? Their fans.
Obviously, the fans do, but in the wider public consciousness, no one really cares about City in that way. A lot of people have forgotten City even won a treble last year at this point. You forgot.
I haven't. That's got to be deep.
We lost in the FA Cup.
I don't know about that.
Also, when you're so used to one club winning, you do get to a point as well. You're a bit more passive about it.
But and it's not a dig at City. I'm sure City are winning fans globally, and in 10, 20 years' time, we'll see a lot more City fans.
Sure.
But right now, we all know that people want to see what's going on with Arsenal, Liverpool, even Manchester United, because it's just the way it is. City aren't remaining quiet. They're still doing the press conferences. The clips don't go out.
Who do you have next? Who do Liverpool have next?
Liverpool have got Atalanta next, obviously, in the Europa League.
The Europa League could be a factor, man. And Thursday night games, moving around weekend fixtures.
And obviously, then they play they play Crystal Palace immediately after that. Another team they've slipped up at in a title race, but that's at Anfield.
But does that mean that now you're going to be playing Sundays?
So
does that mean you're now always going to be the last game?
But bear in mind, if you look at Liverpool's coming fixtures and look at how they stack up, right? On the 11th they play Atalanta, then the 14th they play Crystal Palace, then on the 18th they play Atalanta, then they play Fulham just 3 days after. That's a lot of fixtures back to back. Then 3 days after that they play Everton away, and then 3 days after that they play West Ham.
Yeah, so
that is that's worse than Christmas.
Yeah, that's what I mean. That's what I'm thinking. In terms of when Arsenal and City play, if you're the ones that are playing last every week, because you have to play Thursday, Sunday,
puts pressure constantly.
That puts pressure on you guys. You know what I mean? So that's concerning. I remember Paul Merson spoke about that. Like when they were in title race, he's like, you always want to be the first game. Like City playing at 12:30, beautiful win game. Don't see what Arsenal do. All right, Arsenal won, cool. You always want to be first. And I think Paul Merson said last season he noticed Arsenal were always after Man City, and he thinks that was massively hurt them. But
I get that.
Hey.
Although Kai Havertz was talking about the fact that they have to get their job done, that they're really enjoying the difference between this season. Obviously, he didn't know, but they were enjoying the difference between this season and last season. Seems to be something they're really conscious of. And I think, we saw what Arteta did with Anfield when it was like, let's play You'll Never Walk Alone. We're going to go out there. It's clearly, I'm not saying he's going to have done something ridiculous.
But Klopp factor is going to be big, though. I still think that Klopp factor at Anfield, they're not going to lose at Anfield. Like the Klopp factor of him leaving, every game feels like a cup final at Anfield. The atmosphere is ridiculous there.
I kind of lost his head today a little bit though.
I think
kind of lost his head.
I think that accusation
ain't getting to you, boy.
That accusation gets thrown at Klopp almost every week.
Yeah,
because Klopp is just passionate, so performative as a manager.
Yeah.
I've got to admit, I kind of love it as a Liverpool fan when he does do things that are emotional. Because it shows he cares. If I had a manager who sat neutral on this, Eric Ten Hag didn't look to be all that emotional either way, what was going on, I want Klopp to be furious.
Because he has dropped a lot of points against United this season. 4 points dropped against United and out the FA Cup. That's not how he would have liked to finish.
100%, yeah. I mean, I know everyone's talking about The Last Dance. I think he's trying to keep it out of people's consciousness. I get what you're saying, though. I think it's not only Klopp that's leaving soon, or it's not only Klopp that knows this is the end of the road for this run. I think a lot of the players will be conscious of that. Quansah must be feeling terrible right now, though. I mean,
I do think now that you're embroiled in a proper title race, I don't think they'll be thinking let's do it for Klopp. I think it's just
I don't know, man.
Competitive nature. I think it's just a competitive nature.
The fans will be there. I think the fans will.
Yeah, the fans are. But do you think the players are going there saying, "Let's do it for Klopp"? I think they're just.
I think a couple of them.
They just want to win.
Yeah, man. I think there are players that will be like that. I think that some of the more senior pros in the dressing room that are aware that they Mo Salah might not even be at Liverpool next season. They are aware that this is the last opportunity to do something special with Klopp. The Anfield atmosphere is fully aware of that. I think that there's something to be said for Jurgen Klopp.
Trent needs to get back though, man.
I don't really think Trent. I think Konate needs to be fit. I'm not saying if you have Konate and then he doesn't make that pass, but the same with Alisson as well. Alisson as a goalkeeper is just there's a big difference.
I think Trent is the one though, man. I think he's the one.
When is Trent back?
I think Trent is the one.
He's questionable right now. We don't know. It could be a month. It could be.
It does feel like Arsenal. I know they've had Partey out and they've had Timber out, but haven't had the injury problems of a Liverpool like Konate being out, and they haven't had the injury problems like Stones being out and KDB missing half the season.
Rice has been very consistent.
Rice is ever present.
No,
always.
Fair. We've not had as many. Yeah, I'm trying to think now who.
Compared to Timber's missed the whole season, hasn't he?
But that's also down to the fact that different people run players into the ground. I saw Eddie Howe do statistics for him at Newcastle. Eddie Howe has run his players into the ground in the same way as he did at Bournemouth. He needs to address that. And I think Liverpool, they obviously play a very intense style. City play an intense style. Arsenal are just capitalising on being a healthier team. And that's part of a title race.
Yeah, because that affected them so bad last season. You think back to the Saliba injury.
That was it. That finished it.
So crucial. Yeah, so crucial for us. That made such a difference. We have still had, obviously, a few fairly key injuries this season, but actually, comparatively, we've been quite lucky, and maybe that is also what's played quite a big part in us being where we are and looking as solid as we are. Hopefully, no more.
It's a massive week for Arsenal, by the way. They're taking.
Don't Bayern on.
No, but what I mean is,
I think they'll smack Bayern.
Yeah, I think you wipe.
Emirates is full of. It's not one Bayern away fan. The Emirates.
Yeah, it's all
full of. The Emirates is horrible.
You have to go into that and trying to get win by +2 goals, in my opinion.
Yeah.
I mean, if this is an opportunity. Like, when are you ever going to get an opportunity to play a full stadium?
Yeah, I know.
In the form of your life against Bayern Munich, you guys have got to go to the Allianz with like 2-3-0 up. You got to
win as well.
So.
You got to.
How do you think you'll get on against Bayern?
No, I think you got Bayern.
Nervous.
I think you got them.
I think we have the potential to smash them, and I do think having all home fans in the Emirates is going to make a difference, because the Emirates atmosphere has been so good the past 2 seasons.
Kane, by the way, returning to.
Well, that's the thing.
Kane doesn't write
the narrative.
I don't see it. Don't see
but that would be classic. That's what I'm slightly wary of. I don't want to get too carried away, because, like you were saying, I live near loads of Arsenal supporters. They're so annoying. I'm trying to not be that annoying Arsenal fan. I'm trying to keep my head on the ground.
I think enjoy it. Yeah, keep your head on the ground.
Yeah, I mean,
I'm just saying.
But I am trying to enjoy it. But it's stressful when you're in it. It's quite easy to look on the outskirts of it and be like, oh, just enjoy the title race and enjoy these big games. But you don't want to get your hopes too high. But I think we should be good on Tuesday. I'll be there working it, so
you should enjoy it.
Good luck.
I'll put out good vibes.
Should we just get one final prediction? Let's quickly do relegation and title race.
Wow. Who gets relegated? I'm going to take on that.
Yeah, who's even?
All right, let's just title race then. Let's just get out of the way. I'm sticking with Liverpool. I still think Liverpool get there.
See, I was Liverpool till this week. I'm going to go, since I've seen the fixture, I'm going to go Man City still. I'm going to go Man City. Since I saw them fixtures, Man City.
I'll have to back my boys and say Liverpool.
Arsenal.
I've got to do Arsenal, obviously.
But as I said, Arsenal are the best at the moment. But at the end of the day, it's about who lifts the title.
I've got this bad feeling, obviously, at this point that you're right, we probably see City lift it. But this is one of the best title races we've seen in a very long time.
So good. Sure. Three-way title race, exactly.
Yeah, you rarely get. I mean, you had it in like Liverpool, Chelsea, and City in like 13, 14.
What worries me,
quite good.
What really worries me is that this is a depleted City team. They didn't get Paquetá. Yeah. They thought they were going to get Bellingham at one point. All these different factors.
Meaty window as well. Their window was
really meaty, but that's because they thought they went for Rice late. Like that kind of thing hamstrung them this season. And Pep's a perfectionist. He's going to want a better window than that. Next season,
they're going to go crazy.
Yeah, crazy.
It's insane.
I feel like them KDB performance against Palace, it just gave him the confidence he needed. I think it's like one of them warning shots, like we're still here. I'm still KDB. Do you know what I mean? I'm still another level.
Rested, and that's what they start. That's what City have the ability to do. They rest Foden against Palace. They rested KDB and Haaland.
Came off the bench, Bernardo.
Yeah, so it's slightly ominous. All right, that's all we got time for today. Really enjoyed that anyway. 2-2 Manchester United. If you want to get a now pass, by the way, you can still do that because Tottenham are about to kick off. Big game in their Champions League push.
This would be a good footballing game, by the way.
This would be a really good game.
Spurs versus Forest, really good watchable.
Spurs, super entertaining. Forest can see goals and score goals. So, yeah, if you enjoyed this, make sure you hit subscribe to the Sky Sports YouTube channel. Thanks very much for watching, everybody. We'll see you later.